Welcome to the righteous sphere. We separate the gray areas over here. We don't do the lying like those other places. No. We don't do no fucking lying over here. You're gonna get the truth.
I want to say this. Number one is I apologize. I apologize for the start. And I don't really. It's like this. Today was good for me. It was good for me because sometimes you take a step back and you look at it and you think, hey, you know what? It's here. It's on. We're gonna make it work. They're working hard, they're doing this, they're doing that. We're going to go out there and it's going to change right now. It will change. And I'm not trying to tell you something, guys. It's going to change. It's not like that. Okay, but I want you to understand where I'm coming from. It will change. And it will change because they wanted to change. Not because of me. It will change because they want to be champions. But right now we got to figure out the formula, our formula. Our formula is this. We go out, we hit people in the mouth. Number one. Number two, we are not a charity. We cannot give them the game. That's number two. And number three is we execute from the very start of the game to the very end of the game. That did not happen. I do not apologize about, you know what? I'll go ahead and take the question. No. You don't want me to go much further. Go right ahead. Ask the question. Vernon just, it was something that I told everybody at the very beginning of the week. I will not tolerate players that think it's about them when it's about the team. And we cannot make decisions that cost the team and then come off the sideline and it's nonchalant. No. You know what? This is how I believe, okay? I'm from the old school. I believe this. I would rather play with 10 people and just get penalized all the way until we got to do something else, rather than play with 11 when I know that right now that person is not sold out to be a part of this team. It is more about them than it is about the team. I cannot play with them, cannot win with them, cannot coach with them, can't do it. I want winners. I want people that want to win.
Director of the Mayor's Office of Neighborhood Safety Engagement, or MONSE, is resigning. Shantay Jackson is responsible for addressing violence as a public health issue. Jackson also serves as the accountability partner for all city agencies and local, state, and federal partners delivering public safety policy recommendations. We're learning her resignation will be effective next month. Jackson's departure follows the departures of Scott's Chief of Staff and Communications Director earlier this month.
Salute, salute, and welcome to class, guys. Welcome to class, guys. How y'all feeling tonight? It's Saturday, and it's a lovely day over here in New York, guys. You know what I mean? Don't forget, I'm from New York. I know we've been doing a lot of Baltimore news, you know what I mean? I'm not a Baltimore dude. I'm not a Baltimore dude at all. But them Baltimore kids is in trouble, guys. Them Baltimore kids is in trouble. And they got guys out there in Baltimore that they so much care about these kids, but they ain't caring about these kids. They out there simping in these YouTube streets. They simping in these YouTube comment sections. But that's never here, never there. I'm gonna get around to that probably in another live stream. But how y'all feeling, guys? How are my good breads feeling? My no simp kids. We the no simp kids, yo. We refuse to simp. Yeah, how y'all feeling tonight? Hit that like button, guys. Hit that like button. Wipe your feet on the like button. Keep in mind that we don't cater to any groups. We don't cater to any gangs, communities, religions, feelings, or emotions. People we like, races. We don't we don't cater to any of that, guys. We cater to one thing over here, guys. Let me make that very, very clear. It's not about your feelings over here. Your feelings are not the facts. All right, we cater to the truth and we cater to common sense. We do not complicate that. And just because we have the same color skin, just because we wear the same skin tone, don't mean I'm finna lie to you, for you, to you, or about you. You know what I mean, guys? That's not what Mr. Goodbread do. So when you click into Mr. Goodbread thumbnails, come ready to critically think. Come ready to hear some information that you probably didn't hear before. And if you did hear it, then you can relate to it. So then it's confirmation. But don't you dare click into my thumbnail with any of that shit your mama taught you. Anything your hell of a mama taught you, please go now. Go to the locker rooms and put all that foolery that your hell of a mama taught you. You know what I mean? I don't care if you got a black hell of a mama or if you got a white hell of a mama. You know if you got a hell of a mama or not. But don't you dare click in my thumbnail and bring any of that cat litter in this motherfucking classroom. We don't do that over here, guys. We come to think. We come to critically think, guys. You know what I mean? And that's a whole fact. So how y'all doing tonight? Let me see who I got in here tonight, man. Yes, sir. Hopefully that opener spooked all the people that ain't looking for no solutions away. Hopefully that opener got everybody that need to get on up out of here, up on out of here. You know what I mean? You feel me? Facts. Let's see who we got in the class tonight, man. Let me see what good bread's rocking with us tonight. Jessica Moore. Salute, Jessica Moore. Yo, we working, Jessica Moore. We definitely working. We out here. We out here. I seen you in a couple of chats. Salute, Jessica Moore. Toxic Ring, man. You part of the work, man. We've been working, man. We working. Salute to Toxic Ring. My guy, Corey. Corey, man, this is what's up, man. Corey, he's becoming a homestay here at the School of Common Sense. We got the Bell, the Beezy, MVP. I think I like what Mr. Approach said. Mr. Approach said we going with the GOAT, the greatest of all time, the Beezy. You know what I mean? And we got Preacher Reed. Yeah, this is Jalen Bossway, guys. Y'all make sure y'all get on over there to the Bossway. You know what I mean? Get on over there to the Bossway. My guy got content, bro. And he got that it factor, bro. He gonna add some more experience, you know what I mean? He going once he gain the experience and he see how this YouTube and how this social media bullshit and the politics with this Once he gain more of that experience, he gonna be next up, boy. I'm telling you, yo. Crazy, yo. Crazy. But y'all make sure y'all get on over there. Mr. Approach, you already know, man. You is sliced bread, bro. How they say the greatest thing since sliced bread, that's Mr. Approach, man. You sliced bread. If I'm good bread, you sliced bread, bro. Facts. EO, education over entertainment, man. I'm loving that name. I'm still trying to buy that name from you, man. I'm trying to buy that name from I'm trying to buy you out, man. Salute to you, my guy. How was your Saturday going? Up. We got Rookie of the Year, Zone. Zone. When you get a chance, Zone, drop that link from that video you just did earlier. That vlog you did. That was a good ass vlog right there, man. Zone got that real storytelling. He making his way with them vlogs and that storytelling shit. Man, listen. Y'all get on over there. But yeah, Zone, Rookie of the Year, XL Pro, man. Man, y'all don't even know how many of these lives XL Pro just sponsored. He just threw it on his back and said, you know what, here. And just donated for the live stream just because he see the work that we put in over here as a team. As a team. You know what I mean, guys? Word. So XL Pro, XL to the Prizzo. Salute to you. Salute to you, my guy. We got Leviticus. Leviticus, what's going on? We got a new guy. We got one of my new ones in here. Leviticus, salute, my guy. Salute. I remember this. I remember you from the community tab, man. Salute, man. Welcome to the squad, yo. He got that energy, guys. He got that energy like us. Any guy that come from the community tab gonna have that energy like us, guys. They gonna know what it is. Salute, my guy. Word. And since it's your first stream, we gotta hit you. Yes, sir. Come on in. We gonna get bigger. We gonna get stronger. And it is what it is. It is what it is. The truth will set us free. The truth will set us free. You know what I mean? Where we at? Where we at with it? Oh man. Oh man. I already know. We're gonna have a good old time, man. I mean, we're gonna have a good old time. Where we at? Who we at? BT, the young prodigy, my guy BT. You already know BT, the title master, the young prodigy BT. And we got Laverne. We got Laverne. What's going on, Laverne? How you doing, girl? Welcome to class tonight. Welcome to class tonight. Alrighty. Winding on down. Getting to the butter. Let's go. All right, guys. So let's get on into the content. Y'all see that we're streaming now from both channels right now, guys. So at some point, you know what I mean, y'all get y'all donations in. Y'all support the channel because we on the Cash App channel. I mean, we on a super chat channel right now where I give y'all a chance to super chat and you know what I mean, do what y'all gotta do and stuff. You know what I mean? Drinks is on the house. You know what I mean? So at some point though, guys, we're gonna go on upstairs to the Brutally Honest School, you know, and we ain't no bar up there. So you're gonna have to get your drinks and get your orders in and get your super chats in now. You know what I mean? So we're gonna take care and we're gonna learn more about this Shantay Jackson lady here. So those of you that's watching from the Brutally Honest show, come on over now. Come on over to the Goodbread, the Mr.Goodbread show channel. You know what I mean? Like, share, subscribe before you leave. And come on over to the Mr.Goodbread show channel. Like, share, and subscribe. And sit down. You know what I mean? Because we're gonna break this thing down. And then we're going to work our way up to the back upstairs. You know what I mean? So don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. You're gonna do some exercise today. You can get your exercise on today. But follow instructions. This is all practice. This is what we do here. Because in real life, you gotta follow instructions. You know what I mean? Everybody gotta follow instructions. Everybody. I don't care. Even your boss. Even if you're the boss, you gotta follow instructions. You know what I mean? So we're gonna go from here to there. You know what I mean? So if you over there at the Brutally Honest, come on over. And we're gonna get back over there because the title over there is gonna read 5 reasons educated black women like Shantay Jackson don't make great leaders. I got those 5 reasons. But before we get to those 5 reasons, we're going to get this work done over here on the Mr.Goodbread show. All right, guys, so let's get this work done. Let's get this work done. Let me pull up some joint. Because this is the lady, guys. Y'all remember? How many of y'all remember? Y'all probably don't remember because y'all be smoking and shit and y'all be doing all sorts of things and shit with your life. You know what I mean? So I know you probably don't remember. But in any event, let me go back and let me bring it up to date for you guys. Alright, boom. Where was that at? This, guys, how many of y'all remember this story right here? And she was instrumental in this story right here. So I want to go over this story right here for those of y'all that might have missed it the other night. Because remember, this topic of the other night wasn't really about this, but it was about violence and how we going to get to some solution in the black community, you know what I mean? Where women are the most educated. The black women in the black community are the most educated, you know what I mean? But we can't seem to figure this out, this simple problem out. You know what I mean? These kids dying. These kids dying in these streets. It is. They raising them and they dying and they raising them and they dying. But yeah. Remember the curfew lady, guys. The lady that was in charge and responsible for, you know what I mean, getting these kids off these streets so late. So let's play that with no interruptions.
Fox 45 News is breaking down Mayor Brandon Scott's new summer youth engagement plan that he's calling Be More This Summer.
Now, that plan includes enforcement of the city's curfew. The hope is to reduce juvenile crime. Hours after it was announced, a teenager was hurt in a shooting.
And young people will not be forced to comply, and that has some people skeptical that it will work at all.
I want this to work, but I still see these young people not obeying. I don't hear the young people saying, I want to go to the rec. They're not excited about going to the rec centers.
Well, Fox 45's Mackenzie Frost sat down with the director of the Department of Juvenile Services about the youth crime crisis. We'll hear from her in a few minutes.
We have all the angles of the newly announced curfew announcement. Jeff Abel has city council members poking holes in the plan. But first, Keith Daniels with what enforcement will look like. Keith?
Well, Mary, the mayor's youth engagement strategy includes basketball games and pool parties to help keep the young people in the city safe. But tonight, the focus is on the curfew.
I've focused my entire career on prioritizing Baltimore's young people.
Baltimore Mayor Brandon Scott with other city officials at the Inner Harbor with plans for his summer youth engagement strategy, which includes the reinstatement of the city's youth curfew.
In a way, and I want to be very clear about this, that limits unnecessary interactions with law enforcement.
The citywide curfew begins Friday, in effect through Labor Day. Those under 14 years old need to be off the streets by 9 p.m. Youth from 14 to 17 can stay out until 11 p.m. The mayor called for this curfew after 2 teens were shot while police were trying to break up a large crowd of minors. That happened at the
Now, of course, it can't be that simple in our community. It just can't be that simple. Let's see why.
Harbor last month, the mayor pushed for the curfew, concerned about youth violence. I asked him, why does he think his curfew plan would be effective in curbing crime that involves juveniles?
This is a part of a wider plan, a whole plan of summer engagement for our young people that goes into the other engagements that we have and plans we have around young people to help us reduce violence. Never did I say that the youth curfew itself would go out here and be a silver bullet to reducing youth violence in Baltimore, because I'll tell you this again, there is no silver bullet.
According to an internal memo sent out to police officers Tuesday, a memo obtained by Fox 45 News, the police commissioner telling officers they should only enforce the curfew when they see a crowd of 10 or more minors in public places. Officers also told they will not be allowed to take any youth in custody solely for a curfew violation. Instead, officers are told to call on the youth to leave on their own or be transported to a youth connection center.
That this is not going to be police going around criminalizing Black children. In fact, when we engage young people around the curfew, that work is going to be led by social workers.
The curfew going into effect this Memorial Day weekend, lasting through Labor Day weekend. And according to the mayor's policy, first offense, the parent or guardian of a child will be cited a warning. And then the second offense comes with a fine of $50 or required family counseling. Now, a third offense, parents will face fines up to $500 or have to perform community service. We're live tonight. Keith Daniels, Fox 45 News.
Keith, thank you. And as Keith mentioned, police won't be able to transport curfew violators. Today, we learned nobody will if teens refuse. Now, that has many people, including city council members, asking what will happen if a child does refuse to go. The council members brought that question directly to Shantay Jackson during the hearing tonight. Fox 45's Jeff Abel joins us now with a look at the council's questions. Some are actually skeptical the plan will work. Jeff?
My dad went EV.
It's electric. Don't be shocked.
The guy who's eternally locked out of his email is going.
You know, if a curfew violator refuses to go home and refuses to go to one of the city's 2 new youth connection centers, city leaders admitted tonight they do not have to.
I want this to work, but I still see.
So again, we giving parents the rights to let the kids do whatever they want, because the parents is giving the kids to the people that make the rules. You know what I mean? Instead of the parents being the parents. That's what it's about, guys. It's about the parents being the parents. Parents ain't being parents no more. Custodial parents ain't being custodial parents no more. They want the custody, but they don't want the parenting. Something ain't right, guys. But we know what it is. Over here, we know what it is. And that go in with the list, guys. You don't put no woman responsible over nothing serious like this. You don't put no woman in the head of some shit like this, bro. This lady finna make her money and dip, as shown, as we finna see today. This lady finna make her money and dip, and the problem's still there. So what does the education do for the Black community? I ask again. Because we run around here screaming the most educated, then y'all get in these positions to really show your ass with your education and what your education got and taught you, and you run. You make your money and you run.
These young people not obeying.
For 2 hours, council members questioned and re-questioned city leaders about the upcoming enforcement of the city's curfew, an enforcement which relies on the consent of those who violate the curfew.
It is our intention to be relentless.
The new enforcement measures do not allow for officers to arrest teen violators. Instead, officers offer an option to either...
She's standing up there, we are going to be relentless. Know damn well she working with the same folks that'll lock you up if your child lie on you and say you hit him. You know what I mean? If your child lie and say you touched them, those the same folks that swoop right on into you. You know what I mean? You know, it's easy for the moms to manipulate the kid to say some stupid shit. And who you think? Who you think is responsible? Who you think connected to that? The same people that they say supposed to be protecting these kids. Ain't nobody protecting these kids, guys. Look around. The parents not protecting them. These lawmakers not protecting them. Everybody making a whole lot of money, but the kids is going unprotected. Everybody screaming that they all about the kids. The kids is our future, but the kids is the last to get anything. Everybody making so much money off this education except for the kids. The kids reading at an all-time low level. Reading level. Math is all messed up. Math ain't mathing. But everybody proud to be educated in this community, though. Single mothers at an all-time high. So we know education ain't teaching them that. You know what I mean? We could look at the women incarceration numbers. Education ain't teaching them the hat. And we quick to talk about black men going to jail and men going to jail when we can pull the stats out that show, you know what I mean? See, because y'all too busy trying to find stats to show that y'all the most educated, that y'all skip over the real facts. Y'all skip over the real stats that you should be looking at and should be paying attention to. I'm still waiting. I got a $200 bounty for any one of my sisters who can tell me what that education, what that degree taught them that they use to help the black community today, May 27th, 2023. I'll drop the link. I'll drop the link. Remember, ladies, we are in, what chat is this? We are in the Mr.Goodbread show chat. You know what I mean? Because I need to bring more and more of my sisters out of delusion. And again, I'm not knocking education. I'm saying get educated, be educated. But don't let that manipulate your brain and have you feeling like something is being took from you that you never earned. All right? If you can't manage your emotions, if you can't manage stress, budget, manage money, then that education means nothing to me. Then that means you can't help my community. That means you finna take from my community. I have a problem with that. So y'all could run around here and call me the new Uncle Ruckus. I am not the new Uncle Ruckus, bitch. Cause I know what y'all saying. Uncle Ruckus, he like white women. I like white breads, but I don't sleep with white breads. See, Uncle Ruckus wouldn't deal with one of y'all. He wouldn't put up with one of y'all. I have a black queen that like the truth. You know what I mean? Yes. So instead of y'all attacking men who protect y'all with the truth, y'all need to take all that anger and put it towards the dudes that simp at y'all, the dudes that come at y'all with them gives and y'all ain't do no work. Those are your predators. Those are your weak men, your dusties. You know them very well. It be the dudes you made all the mistakes with, and you trying to hide it in your cat litter. That's why when I get on here and I speak the truth about real black men, the men that you were never able to attract because your mama blessed you with poverty and a community full of dudes that just like you were raised, they were raised. But we don't want to talk about that, right? You special. The same dudes you get on here and bash and you talk crazy about, your mama friend, your mama best friend, you know what I mean? The one your mama left you in the house with and went to the store with, yeah, that friend raised that boy. So talk that shit now. That's the problem in the black community. Nobody want to tell the truth. Everybody want to run around here with this fake perfection shit and cap and eat crab legs. Y'all done got the right one now, baby, right? You got the right one, baby. Uh-huh. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Y'all don't want no solutions. They don't want no solutions in the black community. They just want to make money off these kids. They want to make money acting like they protecting these kids. They using these kids, bro. All of them. And these type of black folks, just like the thumbnail say, they worse than the evil white ones. They distract us trying to hate all white folks while they get their shit off on us. That's the problem in the black community, guys. Wake up. Black America, please wake up, bro. These educated lames trying to get off. When you realize where they get their information from, the light bulb will pop off. That's why I asked these sisters. I got a $200 bounty for any sister want to get on this platform, get on this panel, any one of the bold sisters, you know, the bold sisters that run around here high off life, high off dumb shit, jump on this link and clearly, well, I don't give a fuck if you in your emotions or not. Just in your emotions, in your bag, and in any space you are in, explain to me what that degree taught you that have you helping the black community in May 27th, 2023. You know what I mean? Let's go. You know what I mean? I ain't think so. Let's get back to see how they scam, how the people with the education scam the people. This is why I tell all y'all, be educated, but get educated. You know what I mean? Be educated, but make sure that don't stop you from getting educated. That's the message of this live. That's the anger. All right, that's where the anger come from. For those of you triggered bitches that love to talk about how, oh, he hate his mother, or who hurt you. Your stupidity hurt me more than any female ever did in my life. The stupidity of black women collectively hurt me. I'm real enough to admit that shit hurt, miss. When I look y'all in y'all face and y'all running and y'all high of stupidity and foolishness and foolish pride, that should hurt because you're beautiful women. But when you start smoking that stupid, straight hands, no pipe, you start smoking that stupid, I can't fuck with you, sis. And just because we have the same color skin don't mean I can't tell you smoking crack with no pipe. All right? I can tell you that. And it don't matter about my delivery because the facts are the facts, my sister. Because y'all delivery be all fucked up. The way y'all say things is all fucked up. Y'all be in y'all emotions. Y'all know how female nature very ruthless. You know what I mean? So don't play with me. Don't play with me. Don't play that shit with me. And for you old women that don't wanna let it go, because any other old women that hear me speak, y'all should already know that boy good and he know what he talking about. But if not, then I mean you want to cling on to this cat litter. You fitting die with all that stupid shit in your cat box. All right? Don't miss me with this shut up shit. Or don't say that or close your mouth. Cause you've been trained to believe that old shit. You've been trained that respect by default shit because you older. You know what I mean? Early bird get the worm type shit. Because you got there first. Because you was born first. Don't make no impact, but because you got there first. I'm not with that. See, because you forget the other half of that. Because the early bird may get the worm, but the second mouse get the cheese, sis, ma'am. And this is just shit that they don't teach you in school. You know what I mean? They don't teach you this in school. So I'll ask you again, sis, what did your school teach you? Because no, I ain't go to school. You know what I mean? I ain't go to school. And don't worry about that. My daughter just graduated from college. That's my degree. I got a degree now. She is me. That's my legacy. They ain't teach you that either. Bet your school ain't teach you that. But let's get back to some facts. Let's get back. Let's see how they do it. Let's see how they do it. Let's see how they do the people. They people. The people they cape for. You say something about a black person, you say something about bad black behavior, a bunch of black people are attacking now. The same, and it's the funny how it's the ones that make money off the ones that's running around here being stupid. The ones running around here being stupid don't have a clue that the ones that are push them up, they're put, yeah, sis, preach, sis, making a whole lot of money off of them.
Leave the area or agree to be transported to a youth connection center where the city will supply food and games and attempt to locate their parents. However, it all hinges on the consent of those who violate curfew.
At the end of the day, though, if a young person decides that they are not going to go, I want to remind members of the public and members of this committee that the curfew ordinance does not, I mean, young people are not violating criminal code. And so we are not forcing them to go anywhere.
The city's enforcement plan is drawing strong words from the union that represents police officers. In a statement, the president wrote, "Since there is no enforcement component, these situations with juveniles will just turn into standoffs. This is a classic no-win situation for our BPD officers and the result of hands-off policing and a failing consent decree."
This plan also reduces law enforcement engagement.
While the new enforcement plan reduces the teens' interaction with city police officers, it also increases the demand on city police and other city agencies.
What would not be good is if we did this and a bunch of our own folks quit because it's too much to deal with.
We're asking folks who are interested in volunteering to volunteer first.
I know it's a start. I want to see it work, but I'm just trying to get to the point where you guys can really dig deeper.
Well, because police officers are already stretched to the limit, the police union president.
Exactly. Everybody acting like they care and they know they don't care, yo. They know they make money off of the dysfunction in the black community, in the poor community. Because even in the white poor communities, this is the same blueprint. Remember, it's class. It ain't really so much about no racism or color, guys. It's classism. When you get some money, you ain't got to worry about that shit. I mean, as long as you ain't got no money, you're going to be distracted with all types of bullshit. But guys, trust me, bro. You know what I mean? This is not by mistake. This is not by mistake, guys. Like, this shit is planned. Like, they give our sisters participation in what you remember the girl, the twerking senator? Like, how does she get elected? Like, how does she get in a position like that if that's not a participation award? You know what I mean? Then, come on, man. Follow along, guys. Follow along, man.
Tells us tonight that this enforcement effort could become the true test of when the house of cards actually collapses. We're live tonight. Jeff Abel, Fox 45 News.
Jeff, thank you. Well, Pastor P.M. Smith, a longtime city resident and community leader, tells Fox 45 News he's skeptical about the curfew for different reasons, saying the responsibility for young people should fall on their parents.
Facts. About time somebody not scared to say it, yo. Somebody not scared to say it. I mean, y'all got to stop bringing these kids into the world. Same way y'all tell a man, yo, you got to stop sleep. You got to stop nutting in me. You got to stop bringing kids in this world, sis. You got to be more responsible with your coochie. You know what I mean? You got to start picking men that's more responsible with their penis. You know what I mean?
Solution is not the government setting curfews for our children. The solution is parents involved and committed in the life of their young ones. It's parental responsibility, not governmental responsibility. It's not going to work. You can't enforce it.
Well, we want to hear from you at home. Do you think the mayor's summer youth engagement plan will work to reduce juvenile crime? So far, 100% of voters say no. Head to foxbaltimore.com/vote to weigh in.
As we mentioned, a teenager was shot this evening. It happened around 6:30 along Elmora Avenue. That's in Northeast Baltimore. Police say a 17-year-old was shot in the hand. Baltimore City isn't the only place seeing the state seeing a juvenile rise in crime. As the state grapples with that issue, Fox 45 News sat down with Vincent Schiraldi. He's the secretary of the Department of Juvenile Services. Mackenzie Frost has an exclusive interview with Schiraldi answering questions about youth violence and accountability.
Secretary Schiraldi says there are several things that simply aren't working within DJS. And a lot of it, he says, comes down to lackluster programming for some of these kids in these facilities all across the state. But he also says DJS is just one piece of this problem.
Salute, salute. We got the queen in the house. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Time out. Salute, salute, and welcome to class. Posh, how you feeling, sis? How you feeling tonight, sis, on the Saturday? No, Posh, we not watching the rerun. We just backtracking for those who missed the other night. You was here the other night, so you already know what this one is. But you know the lady with the mohawk, she resigned. So now we want to know why she resigned. You know what I mean? Because you know it's always some backstory to these folks with the education. Yeah. Education. You know what I mean?
For the first time, we're hearing firsthand from the leader of an agency under fire. We've heard from prosecutors and various police departments describe DJS as kind of a mess right now, especially when it comes to programming. What's your initial take on where things stand within the agency right now?
I think we need to do better in terms of programming. I think that we don't work as well as we could with a lot of people in communities who are living with young people every day. We don't work as well as we could with law enforcement, and I think that's an area we need to improve on, and that's going to be one of my biggest priorities.
Do you think that DJS is capable of providing the level of services that's required for these young people, as well as the level of accountability that some people in the community are expecting?
I think we do have the capacity to do that. I think the department has some excellent staff. They are committed. We just need to row in the same direction.
Schiraldi says Maryland incarcerates kids who are under 18 in adult prisons at a higher rate than most in the country. Do you think that that includes the level of accountability that we're hearing some people call for when it comes to these young people who are committing crimes?
It needs to be both, and of course there needs to be accountability, but we also need to have the kind of services, supports, and opportunities for young people so that they don't reoffend and that they thrive. And I think that's where we're really lacking.
How does that factor into the laws that are being passed by the legislature that prevents kids 12 and under from being charged with some crimes, with the exception of 10 to 12-year-olds who are charged with murder or other violent crimes?
I think they should have adopted it. I think that kids that are really young are much more of a social service problem than they are a criminal juvenile justice problem.
No, they're not. No, they're not. In my opinion, lock their ass up too, and lock the motherfucker up that was behind that. Because now what you'll have is you'll have these big old grown dumb niggas with the Peter Pan syndrome who ain't really grow up, having the young dudes doing the crimes. Like just like how they killed that rapper in the shop where the father had the young boy, his son, do the damn thing. You see what I mean?
Schiraldi's stance contrasts what Fox 45 News has been reporting from some law enforcement agencies. Anne Arundel County Police publishing this list of all crimes committed by kids 9, 10, 11 years old who can't be charged. Harford County Police writing on their Facebook page the law is, quote, narrow-minded legislation, adding, it makes your communities less safe. Do you see this surge in juvenile violence and juvenile crime that we're seeing in communities as a DJS problem?
DJS needs to pay attention to this. And what we're doing right now is we're talking to prosecutors and talking to police about who are the kids on our caseload that are most likely to either shoot somebody or be shot. We have a solution for 95% of the kids. But this 5% that's been really problematic lately and where we have seen an uptick in some categories of violent crime, we don't really have a good solution to that.
That 5% of problematic kids appears to be what's driving most of the concern now. How long are you expecting the public to wait before those results are seen?
You know, we're going to start seeing results relatively quickly, but this is an ocean liner. It's not a speedboat. You can't just turn big departments like this. You can, and it's not also just us, right? We got a society full of guns and kids with problems. We can focus on some of that, and the governor is also focused on doing something to get control of guns in reasonable, moderate way.
DJS isn't the only agency with issues, but it is the department facing scrutiny, especially as more and young people find themselves either becoming victims or perpetrators of violent crime. Governor West.
Double R, welcome to the class, my guy. You already know.
Baltimore has ordered a top-to-bottom review of DJS, but it's unclear when those results will come out. We also have a lot more from this conversation with the secretary, including his previous comments about how old someone should be before they're introduced to the adult criminal justice system, as well as his thoughts on how supervision within DJS is going right now. All you have to do is take out your phone and point it at the QR code that you see at the bottom of your screen, and it'll take you right to it.
Now, my thing is, y'all got too much crime going on over there for y'all to be playing, for y'all to be nitpicking and just beating around the bush. Remember, guys, if you ignore a problem, you know what I mean? If you ignore a problem, it's only going to get worse. It's only going to get worse. This problem that y'all facing is not fitting to go nowhere. It's not finna go nowhere, guys. Let's listen to this. Let's look at this story from a month ago, guys. I want y'all to see how real it is out there in Baltimore right now. Now, it ain't that real in New York, but it be getting there at times. But this is looking like a complete war zone out there in B-Mall right now. So I want y'all to see this. This was a story from a month ago. 12 people shot in 12 hours. One day.
Fox 45 News demanding answers tonight after a violent 24 hours in parts of Baltimore. 13 people shot. One of them died.
The latest shooting happened in North Baltimore just around 2 o'clock this afternoon. An 18-year-old was hurt.
12 of those shootings happened within 12 hours of each other. You're taking a look at just some of those scenes. One shooting last night left 3 people wounded.
Now you mean to tell me, World Class, you on YouTube playing YouTube Avengers, and you got all of this content, all of this stuff, all of these stories. I mean, you're struggling right now, bro. You're struggling to get views, bro. You got content, bro. Be a content creator instead of a YouTuber, bro. All right? All right, bro. Be a content creator instead of a YouTuber. You got way too much stuff, bro. You know where this Checkers is at, bro? Do you know where these places is at, bro? Or you just sit in the house behind your screen and just computer love all day long, bro? You know what I mean? Let me know.
Including a 14-year-old boy.
It happened in a Safe Street zone hours after city leaders gathered in the same area to tout some success when it comes to gun violence.
Fox 45's Mackenzie Frost pressed the mayor for answers on that shooting and the overall violence in parts of Baltimore.
Our team coverage begins with Keith Daniels, and he's at Baltimore City Police headquarters with a look at the role the officer shortage is playing. Keith?
Well, Kai, the City Police Union president, Sergeant Mike Mgtow, called it a, quote, chaotic day and night for his officers. He said they did a great job, but they are exhausted and overworked. And tonight, a closer look at that violent Tuesday and the police response.
Do you love getting high, but smoking hurts your lungs? I've got you covered. You need to try
the unrelenting gun violence in Baltimore City. One shooting every hour. In all, 12 people shot within 12 hours. A bleak period Tuesday from 2 p.m. to 2 a.m. Shootings reported across the city in the east, west, north, and south, with the police department struggling to keep up, stretching an already short staff. Listen to the dispatchers.
Wagon person isn't in yet. They're on overtime.
Adam shift units coming clear, guys. Still holding 7 calls or 3 priority ones. They have no one available at this time.
Critical words, but emblematic of the department's uniform patrol unit that's nearly 500 officers down. Former Baltimore Deputy Police Commissioner Jason Johnson.
Say it is a crisis at this point, but it's been a long time coming.
On the current police shortage and how it potentially fuels the city's crime crisis.
Well, because the BPD does not have the ability to deliver the resources necessary to reduce crime and to, create a sense of safety, which is fundamentally what police departments do. They don't have adequate staffing to do that.
Police Commissioner Michael Harrison says they are getting the job done, but with fewer officers using overtime to, quote,
yo, how can you sit there and bro, Bro, guys, y'all feeling. Black people, stop lying to yourself, bro. You got a bunch of dead people. You got, bro, 12 people, 12 people shot in 12 hours, bro. How are you doing your job? How can you look anybody in their face and say you're doing your job? That's crazy.
Flex the size of the department. Johnson calls overtime critical, but concerning.
It's mandatory. It's not optional. This is not an opportunity for officers to increase their income. In many cases, they would prefer to go home and spend time with their family, but they're kept in these long, day-long shifts, which can in itself be dangerous.
In Tuesday's shooting spree, 11 of the victims are expected to survive, but a 28-year-old man was killed in West Baltimore just minutes after a triple shooting injured a 14-year-old boy. Dozens of yellow evidence markers dot the scene where the teen was struck. No word yet of suspects in any of these shootings. Well, according to the city's police union, currently there are about 600 officers assigned to the city's 9 patrol districts, with only about 10 to 14 officers working per district, per shift on the streets. We're live tonight. Keith Daniels, Fox 45 News.
Keith, thank you. Fox 45 News continues to dig deeper into the officer shortage. A former Baltimore police officer who served for decades shares why he believes the department is losing more personnel than they can hire. That exclusive interview is tomorrow night, right here on Fox 45 News at 10.
And as we mentioned, one of last night's shootings happened in a Safe Streets zone. Fox 45's Mackenzie Frost pressed the mayor on the Safe Streets program today.
Mayor Brandon Scott says he has unwavering support for the Safe Streets program, noting the city continues to fund the Baltimore Police Department, even though we routinely see homicides and shootings pop up all over the city. And the mayor says the same should be true for Safe Streets.
It's sunny along Orleans Street now, with only fragments of crime scene tape giving away what happened just the evening before.
Orleans Street, 32 rounds. Southeast.
Where evidence markers plot out a shooting scene. 3 people shot, including a 14-year-old boy. Zooming out on the neighborhood, you'll see this shooting scene.
Mind you, they pay people to come up. They pay that girl with the mohawk, with the ho-hawk. They pay sis in the thumbnail. You know what I mean? They pay her a lot of money to come up with programs in the inner city to keep the kids off the street and in the house and in programs and out of the police way. But when she coming up with programs that say you can't touch these kids, you know what I mean? What's good is it? What's good is it for? And then they like, why do these people get raises? Then you be wondering why these politicians and these electoral officials, why do they get so much money? Why do they have so much fucking money? Like, why do they have money? Why do they need money if they're just making rules?
Scene is in the middle of the McKeldry Park Safe Street zone.
Good morning, and thank you all for being here.
The same area where just hours before the shooting.
Let's talk about Safe Streets.
Shantay Jackson.
It's the King Grove, my nigga King. What up, King, man? Salute to the King.
Jackson, the director of the Mayor's Office of Neighborhood Safety and Engagement, along with Mayor Brandon Scott, announcing additional infusions of $5 million to the city's gun violence intervention program, Safe Streets. Throughout our investigation, hours before the shooting.
Let's talk about Safe Streets.
Shantay Jackson, the director of the Mayor's Office of Neighborhood Safety and Engagement, along with Mayor Brandon Scott, announcing additional infusions of $5 million to the city's gun violence intervention program, Safe Streets.
And that money ain't gonna go nowhere but in these folks' pockets. and to their other educated lame friends that don't live in the black community, bro. Sis, ma'am, that's where that money gonna go. And guess what the black community gonna get? Guess what the kids gonna get? Nothing. You got it.
Throughout our investigation over the last year and a half into the program, we found few oversight measures in place, lax accountability, and transparency struggles. After threatening to sue the city over public information, the city handing over hundreds of pages of contracts between Baltimore and the community-based organizations operating the 10 different Safe Streets locations, like LifeBridge and Catholic Charities, now the only 2 CBOs after the mayor restructured the patchwork of management system. In those documents, we found the locations have petty cash stashes, but we don't know how that money is being spent.
Good afternoon.
Exactly. Yo, come on now. Hold on. We're gonna play that back now. And always, yo, this what education taught you? This what that education taught you, right? Cause it damn sure ain't teach you how to help the community.
Year and a half into the program, we found few oversight measures in place, lax accountability, and transparency struggles. After threatening to sue the city over public information, the city handing over hundreds of pages of contracts between Baltimore and the community-based organizations operating the 10 different Safe Streets locations, like LifeBridge and Catholic Charities, now the only 2 CBOs after the mayor restructured the patchwork of management system. In those documents, we found the locations have petty cash stashes, but we don't know how that money is being spent.
Good afternoon, everyone.
At a community event Wednesday, we pressed the mayor.
Why should the city trust you when you say that this new $5 million investment on top of the funding for Safe Streets will actually make a difference when on the same day we saw 3 people shot?
Well, I think the residents of Baltimore are a little smarter than to think about it in that sense, right?
Again, touting this Johns Hopkins report showing some decreases in homicides and non-fatal shootings in some of the Safe Street zones, but not everywhere. And the city failing to mention Baltimore paid nearly $145,000 for the study in the first place.
That we have to continue to focus on why in the hell people are doing these kind of things to each other over small things.
As for the cash at each location,
do you know where the petty cash is being spent? And your team ignored our questions about setting up an...
We didn't ignore your questions, McKenzie.
You
and
did.
I'll say this to the residents again. We know.
Remember, I told y'all behind every crooked, behind every Lilith is a Lucifer. Behind every educated lame Lilith is an educated lame Lucifer. You know what I mean? Because you know, like I know, black women make decisions by committee. They don't think for themselves at all. Never. They always gotta ask a motherfucker to help make a decision for them. So when the shit go wrong, they can have somebody to blame. Let's talk about it. That boy good. Let's stop playing. But we getting ahead of ourselves, guys. We getting ahead of ourselves. I got 5 reasons why you don't give no educated lame chick no position of power, bro. That's how feminism started. Think about it. Message.
I know you guys like to play games on TV and make it look like we're escaping you. Safe Streets work. The information about Safe Streets is out there. We're working with partners that like LifeBridge and Catholic Charities, and we work with partners who have impeccable financial.
He looked. Hold on. Oh, y'all can't even see it. I gotta play that back now because y'all couldn't even see his face. He looked like a whole scammer, guys. He looked like a scammer, bro. And then they get way with wordy with you, and they try to use these words and shit. Where is the money? This is another Black Lives Matter, guys. Black Lives Matter 2.0, bro. This is why she resigned, guys. I hope y'all ain't missing the message. This is why she out of there. She done robbed the community blind, and she out of there. But y'all still focused on white breads. Y'all still focused on the white man.
Being spent, and your team ignored our questions about setting up an...
We didn't ignore your questions, McKenzie.
You
and
did.
I'll say this to the residents again. We know you guys like to play games on TV and make it look like we're escaping you. Safe Streets work. The information about Safe Streets is out there. We're working with partners that like LifeBridge and Catholic Charities, and we work with partners who have impeccable financial records over history. When you think about LifeBridge and Sinai Hospital and all the things they do in Baltimore and everywhere they operate, anyone to say that they are using city funds or even hinting at that in a wrong way is being very disrespectful.
We just don't know how they're being spent. Will you do an interview with us?
There you go. So there you go. That's the playbook. That's the modern man and modern woman playbook. Anytime you question them with the truth or the facts, you disrespectful. You being disrespectful. See, he get that from his old ass mama and his old ass grandmama. Cause every time he got a chance to speak his mind, it was disrespectful. You see what I mean? This the black community for you, bro. This is the black community for you. One more time. I just want y'all to see. And this is the people we put in power. Cause you gotta get a degree. You gotta get a degree to be in positions like this, right? So the educated ones are in the position to set the rules, right? So is this why shit fucked up? Cause it's not good.
Know you guys like to play games on TV and make it look like we're escaping you. Safe Streets work. The information about Safe Streets is out there. We're working with partners that like LifeBridge and Catholic charities, and we work with partners who have impeccable financial records over history. When you think about LifeBridge and Sinai Hospital and all the things they do in Baltimore and everywhere they operate, anyone.
All right, but what have you done? Where is your body of work? Where is your results, bro? Stop mooching off of other people's results because it's not matching. Your results, it's not matching, bro. 12 people in 12 hours, that program ain't working, bro. You getting paid for no reason. And we want to see some results now, bro. We want to see why we paying y'all all this money. And we need y'all to show us where that money went. Where that money went, that the results is this poor. Now y'all so smart, y'all can count, right?
One to say that they are using city funds or even hinting at that in a wrong way is being very disrespectful.
We just don't know how they're being spent. Will you do an interview with us about it?
Thank you.
The mayor's car pulling away, and the mayor not giving an answer about how the petty cash is being spent, who
And that's your mayor. That's your mayor.
has the receipts, or an update on that interview request. All while the gun violence continues in Baltimore, like at Orleans and Montford, where Tuesday night's crime scene tape now balled up in the trash. People walk the street, marked by blood, looking to live another day. The city continues to ignore questions about funding and how that money is being spent within the Safe Streets program. And again, we've asked Shantay Jackson for an interview to talk about Safe Streets for months. She's refused to do so, but if she changes her mind, we'll get it scheduled. In the newsroom, Mackenzie Frost, Fox 45 News.
Oh, so ma'am, you knew these people wanted to speak to you and check on some funds, ma'am, and you went and resigned. Why you resigned, sis? We need to know, sis. Did your education tell you you should resign?
And while the number of homicides this year have been down so far, there are concerns that deadly violence will increase during the warmer months, as we've seen in past summers. Historically, crime picks up in the spring and the summer. And this month, no exception. April alone accounts for 33% of shootings in 2023 so far. 24 people have been killed. January is the only deadlier month this year. Now, this April is also on pace with the past 5 years when it comes to homicides. So far, we have seen more murders than April 2020 and 2019, and there are still 4 days in the month left.
Fox 45 News will continue to report on the deadly violence and hold elected leaders accountable. You can follow along on air and on our website, foxbaltimore.com.
And that's a fact. That's what we need to do. We need to hold these elected leaders accountable. And that's fucked up. That must be some Baltimore shit just running off. That's some crackhead shit too. That's like, that niggas did not respect that. Like, you run off with the money and shit. You know what I mean? Like, how you gonna run off with people money like that? Like, that's crazy right there, boy. Yo, world class, man. You got work to do, boy. I don't want to see you talking about nothing else but Baltimore stuff, boy. Word up, man. I mean, do something. I ain't see you in a minute though. I ain't see you do shit. Like, did you really die, nigga? Like, shit, we was just bullshitting, and you know this, man. But did you really just die? Like, nigga, do some work, bro. Don't be that discouraged. It's all right. You know what I mean? Should have just apologized. It wouldn't have even went this far. You know what I mean? But guys, let's get into this next video right here. See the lady get out of there. She run off with these people money like a fat rat. The fat rat that she is.
Another high-profile official at City Hall is leaving her post. Mayor Brandon Scott confirms that Shantay Jackson, the executive director of the mayor's office of neighborhood safety and engagement, will leave at the end of June. Jackson has been with the mayor's office.
Hold up. 1 2 1 2. We got the boy DeBeezy. DeBeezy is in the class. Hold on. Salute the bell. What's going on, my guy?
What's going on, man? You know, shit, I got my shit in operation now, man. The new phone is working, man.
Ow.
Shout out to World Class. You bitch ass nigga, you. Yeah, man, I had to hit you up with this one, man. You know what I'm saying? I just knew it was something behind that mohawk, man. I had to tap back in to this old raggedy ass B-more, man, and lo and behold, this bitch is resigning. You know what I'm saying? When they ask for transparency with these funds, there you go, bro.
Never. You know, she ran faster than Patrice. Patrice, what's her name? Patrice, what's the chick? The Black Lives Matter name. Black Lives
Shit.
Matter sister.
Oh, the one that bought the mansions and shit.
Yeah, Patrice
Yeah,
Color, some shit. I know her name is
yeah, something like.
Patrice.
I think it is Colors. It might be Colors.
That's
Yeah,
crazy, man.
yep. But yeah, man, this shit here, man, this is crazy, bro. This and that right there, that broad is his right hand man or right hand woman or whatever the case may be. And I noticed why they was always together. You know what I'm saying? That's the mayor, and she's the director. She's the mayor's director. You know what I'm saying? So anything she want to get done, he can get it done for her.
The simp enforcer himself. The simp enforcement himself. Yo, salute Killer Swag. Thank you. That's it. You said it right. Patrice Colors.
Yeah. So remember early on, bro, when you was tapping in and remember she said she was talking about law enforcement, right? She was talking about law enforcement engaging with these youth, saying that it's not a crime, right? But she would rather prefer that social workers deal with these kids, right?
Right.
Because you know these social workers are nonprofit.
Ooh. Damn, that boy good. Did we lose you, Bell?
Nah,
Oh, sheesh.
nah. I mean, shit, man. I mean, and then you see these little office buildings. Ooh, look at the numbers running up. But you see these little office buildings and little headquarters and shit. When they knocked on the door, wasn't nobody there. I don't know if you're about to get to that segment or not, but nobody was working during work hours. These motherfuckers was having meetings and shit, and they got these apps to where they can clock on and clock off and don't even got to show up to work. They're meeting at McDonald's and Applebee's and different type of places, and probably at their private homes and shit, calling themselves working.
Goddamn. Hold on, man. Hold on. You giving out spoilers and shit. Hold on. Let's play this shit. We coming right back. Hold that.
All right.
Another high-profile official at City Hall is leaving her post. Mayor Brandon Scott confirms that Shantay Jackson, the executive director of the mayor's office of neighborhood safety and engagement, will leave at the end of June. Jackson has been with the mayor's office since December of 2020. That office was created to approach public safety using holistic avenues.
And I want to say in 2020, when the shutdown was happening, that's when they gave out the most participation awards to our Black women too. They was giving anybody. Shit, I could have became a police officer during COVID.
And traditional law enforcement practices. There's no word yet on who will take over. Jackson tweeted, quote, "So that there is no question, I was not asked or told to resign. Nobody's fabrications informed my decision." Baltimore City State's Attorney Ivan Bates issued a statement saying, quote, "I commend Executive Director Jackson for the groundwork she laid for the group violence reduction strategy work, the progress she made in the historically volatile Western District, and the expansion of the strategy into new sectors of our city."
Yeah, now what you were saying to BZ while I go pull up another little piece, gotta find another little piece on this.
Man, bro, I want to touch on something, man. I don't know if you want to talk about the education part upstairs or keep it down here, man, because I'm gonna tell you, it's something behind all this shit. And I don't know if it's a conspiracy, but I'm gonna make it make sense.
I bet. So we ready to get on. We ready.
I already got it locked and loaded in your messenger.
All right. So hold on. We gonna get it. We gonna get it here. We gonna get it here.
Okay.
We gonna get it here. We gonna do it over here. We go to the production truck. Any particular order?
Go from let me see what. Go from the bottom to the from the top to the bottom. In that order. First of all, I want you to I think there's an interview, it was a YouTube interview with 3 doctors in Baltimore in the trauma unit.
Okay.
One
Not
of
this thing with the organs, right? The organs.
No. That's last. It's an interview with three surgeons. One but while you looking,
I got a couple of articles.
why?
I see the articles, but I don't see. Nah, we ain't send that to this joint. Wait, what's this? Hold on, this might be something. All right, hold on. We ain't see this right here.
Yeah, it's the one right before you.
Yeah, we ain't see this one.
It's the one right before you sent the thumbnail for the show. It's the YouTube link.
Fox 45 News is following the latest executive vacancy in City Hall. Shantay Jackson, the director of the mayor's office of neighborhood safety and engagement, is resigning.
And the news comes just one day after Jackson faced questions from city council members during a public safety hearing. The story developing very quickly today. Fox 45 News got word Jackson is leaving just before 11:30 this morning. At that time, we reached out to the mayor's office for confirmation. We were told the office would not comment on personnel matters. 3 hours later, though, at around 2:30, the mayor put out a lengthy statement confirming Jackson's last day will be June 30th. Some say that indicates the resignation could have come as a surprise. Jackson herself then tweeting she was not asked or told to resign.
Fox 45 Chef Abel will join us with the live look at what this means for a cornerstone of the mayor's crime-fighting plan coming up. Our team coverage begins with Mackenzie Frost in the office Shantay Jackson leaves behind.
We've tried to get Shantay Jackson to agree to do an interview with us for almost 2 years without success, all in our effort for more transparency and accountability within the mayor's office. Director Shantay Jackson, a woman in the spotlight as we investigate the agency and gun violence prevention programs trying to untangle the layers of concern. Safe Streets, central to the question surrounding transparency and accountability for the millions of dollars given to the program. With a checkered past, the location scattered around the city. In April of last year, an internal review of Monzi and Safe Streets confirming previous reporting and analysis from Fox 45 News. The data is inconclusive surrounding the effectiveness of the Safe Streets locations. Last fall, Mayor Brandon Scott announcing a major shift in management for the program. The change coming after a year of questions from Fox 45 News about the program's effectiveness. Does that signal that the previous CBOs that were operating these locations were mismanaging the locations?
No, it's about evolving.
We've struggled to get information about how this program is run, the training, the staff. Will this change bring more transparency to this for the public?
We're very transparent about the program.
But that has not been reality. Fox 45 News.
Why is he always doing the talking for the female that's running the programs? Why is he always doing the talking?
Because he's a simp enforcer.
He's the but she's educated. Women are the most educated. So wouldn't it be smart for you to have your most educated black woman to do all the talking and have the man who's the dumb nigga, because we the dumb niggas, you know what I mean, from Harlem, 117th and Madison, dumb nigga. And you know what I mean? Why you got him talking? Why would you do the talking?
Bread. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Because he's the mayor. And they already said they've been trying to get an interview with this bitch for 2 years. This nigga got to make public appearances. And they just happen to, the nigga got a different agenda, but he just happens to get these questions every time he makes an appearance. You know what this reminds me of? I know y'all watch Power, and if anybody watch Power, the character Lorenz Tate played, that crooked ass nigga running for office. That's this nigga. No integrity, can get bribed at any time, and always has an agenda for himself. These niggas don't give a fuck about these murders and shit going on, because like we said in the other show, these niggas don't even live in the black community. They don't give a shit about these niggas dying every day. They don't even fuck with these type of niggas.
That's a fact. But they cape for him, though. They cape on social media for him.
Man, they doing that shit. Nigga, if it wasn't no money involved, they wouldn't give a shit. I'm going to tell you that right now.
It's a hustle.
If I told you, hey, man, the only way I can get some money is to put my horse in the race, I'm going to put my horse in the race. Let these niggas keep doing what they doing and keep filling these niggas' bank accounts up.
Facts. King Grove, what's going on, my guy?
Oh, not too much. Just got through chopping it up with a few of my bitches. So, I'm on recline and relax mode right now, man.
Oh, that's what's up, man. That's what's up. What you got on what's going on right now? You see the Black Lives Matter 2.0?
Oh, bro, come on. Like the Bell just say, homie, they don't give a fuck. It ain't Black Lives Matter. It's Black, Democrat, Liberal, Rainbow, whatever Lives Matter, and the rest of us, fuck y'all.
This shit is crazy. This is such criminal, yo, because it's like they want us. They like, please don't. Oh man, I don't get the black community, yo. I don't understand it, son. It's like we protect us so that we can rob us. We cape for us so we can do us dirty type shit. Like, you know what I mean? We teach us how to hate everybody that could protect us, and then we're not really protecting us. We do each other dirty. But anybody that can protect us is a coon, is this, is that.
Yeah. I tell you what, If I see three big old boss hog looking white boys, walking behind me with Confederate t-shirts on, and I see three niggas walking around with hoodies on in 95-degree weather, I'm gonna be more worried about them niggas with them hoodies.
That's a fact.
Right.
That's a fact.
And see,
You feel me? I'm just gonna keep it. I'm gonna keep it a buck with you, because somebody might call me a nigga from across the street, but who's gonna really down a nigga? Who's gonna delete a nigga? Niggas. I got a whole bunch of niggas lying in the cemetery. Good black men that's there. You know what I mean? Partners I knew, motherfuckers I really had love for, man. Real motherfuckers. Even females, because in Texas, niggas do foul shit to bitches. Like nobody's safe in Texas. Motherfuckers crazy down here. And it's really sad. And I'm gonna tell you something, man. It wasn't the boogeyman. It wasn't the white man. It wasn't the Jewish man. It wasn't the Mexican man. It wasn't the Asian man. It was a dumbass nigga group of niggas or niggardly females or whatever it was. But it was people that looked just like them that took them out. And my thing is this: do you hate yourself that bad the way you have to kill everything in the community that looks just like you? And that's church, man.
right. Hey, man, I'm gonna tell you something about this political game, right? As I understand it. Now, niggas love symbolism, and white folks know it. So when you put a nigga in office, that satisfies the heart of niggas. They feel like, we got one of our own in office. We in position now. We finna do something. We finna make change and whatever, right? But see, the thing is, politicians been skimming off the top for years. And now that these niggas has got into the political game, now they learning the game and they doing it too. It ain't a black and white thing. It's a symbolism thing and it's a visual thing, but the criminals are the same. They just different colors. These niggas are taking advantage of niggas and they know this. And the thing is about black people, we so stupid into not holding people accountable that we like and that we comfortable with. The niggas in Baltimore should be holding this nigga accountable. He should not be walking around with a hard hat. He should be walking around with a bulletproof vest in these motherfucking communities when he coming through bullshitting like these preachers and shit, campaigning for money. And that's all he's doing. So
That's
a
real
fact.
talk.
That's a fact. Let's get back to the video, guys.
Threatening to sue the city of Baltimore to get leaders to hand over the contracts with the nonprofits running each Safe Streets location. We've gone searching for workers at all the locations, trying to get a better idea of how they do their work. Few people were found and even fewer details provided. Jackson refusing to provide Safe Streets workers for an actual interview or showing Fox 45 News the inner workings of the interrupters' responsibilities. Former Mayor Sheila Dixon launching Safe Streets during her administration, now reacting to Jackson's departure.
I feel that I don't know if she necessarily had the best expertise and background to really handle that agency.
It's a big agency.
Yeah, it is a big agency. And unfortunately,
Again, this is what happened when you put people in places without skills. You just putting people in places for the look of shit, just to fill a spot. Because you could say you put a black female in this position, but she don't got a goddamn skill. She overwhelmed with emotion and overwhelmed in her position. And that's the problem, yo. That's the problem. We got to do the work, yo. We got to do the work. So many of our sisters have not done the work on themselves. Because if they done the work on themselves and they regain their femininity, they realize that these roles and these positions that government zaddy pumping them up with is fucking them up. You see, this go back to what we learned the other morning, guys. Y'all only care about what people be giving y'all and what people be doing for y'all, instead of what the shit that they giving y'all and what they doing for y'all is doing to y'all. And it's turning y'all into some dummies, yo. Yo, bro. Y'all heard what she just said, bro? What y'all got on that, bro?
Man, and look at this is the former Baltimore mayor. They can get an interview with this bitch, but they can't get an interview with that bitch.
Wow. Wow.
That's the former mayor. I thought that was Skeletor Mama and shit. My bad.
Yeah, man.
I'll get you here, man.
And remember, guys, not all, definitely not some, but the majority, foolish majority, fell for that forbidden fruit. They fell for that forbidden fruit called feminism, which is independence. It's toxic, bro. We talk about toxic masculinity, but we don't talk about toxic independence.
But bro, I mean, you could say feminism, whatever, but I'm gonna say symbolism, because when you put a black woman like this in position, now you done hit the trifecta. You done hit the color, you done hit the gender, and now this right here is gonna support them baby mamas, them single mothers in these communities. You think she gonna talk bad about a black bitch?
Nope.
Nah, I'm gonna say y'all both right. Shout out to Posh Williams, big balling and shot calling, man. Up here chunking the big old motherfucking 5-piece with a biscuit, extra crispy, black eyed peas on the side, baby. Thank you.
You already know, Posh. Thank you. We Urshas.
Can you please stop balling up and folding up as though we can't even figure out what it is? It's going to be $1 just laid out in there. It's all right. It won't hurt our feelings. We had to go to Family Dollar and buy iron. To iron out all the dollars because we can't even tell what they are. I work in the trustee ministry and we're trying to go to Golden Corral too. By the time we iron out all the dollars, everything is closed. And we don't even cook on Sunday no more. So just lay it in the plate. It's still going to be $1. Amen. Come on, y'all. Let's just get along. Come on. Help us out. Because we Urshas. We Urshas. Amen. We're here to serve you. And
Salute and thanks again, y'all. Salute and thanks again, Posh. Y'all got anything else you want to add to this before we hit it?
Don't hit it, bro.
I don't know what has happened at City Hall, with the change of leadership, but whatever decisions are going to be made in the future with that agency, because it's important as part of the, crime fighting effort, that the mayor can identify and find the right person.
Before being tapped as Monzi's director, Jackson was the acting leader of the Baltimore Community Mediation Center in 2019. That's the nonprofit running the Woodbourne-McCabe Safe Streets location at the time. The same spot where these court records from a murder case show an employee describing how she was taught to clock in on her phone without ever having to go into work, and outlining how Safe Streets workers would not hold meetings at their location, rather meet at places like McDonald's and Applebee's. Jackson exiting City Hall leaves the mayor's office of neighborhood safety and engagement without a leader at a critical time for Baltimore as the summer and crime concerns are starting to heat up.
According to city records, Jackson got a promotion in November of last year, bringing her total annual salary to more.
Now, before they reveal how much she got paid, how much she ran away with and got over with, if she really cared about these kids, you wouldn't leave the position that you wouldn't leave that position like that. If it's that important, then you wouldn't just up and leave it. On top of just getting a raise. So now I find that suspicious. You know what I mean, guys? I don't know about y'all, but put a 1 in the chat if
I
you
know
don't
one
find that
thing.
suspicious.
I find that very talented for you to talk with your mouth full without choking.
Suspicious. You don't find that suspicious?
Yo, shut up, man. Nobody knew.
You a talented nigga, man.
Maybe KDH, but nobody even knew, man.
Yeah, man. For real. Hey, I got a little something here, bro. Just real quick, something to say for Sister Posh Williams and all her donations and contributions to the channel, knowing that she was Miss Jericho of Soul Glow 1997. of the West Coast. We want to thank her and her contributions. XL Pro, appreciate it. This for Posh and all y'all who kept it real with the curl back in the day.
Just let it shine through. Just let your soul, baby, sing it on so silky smooth. Just let it shine through. Just let your soul go.
There it is.
You've done nothing. You had sex with Willa Maston. Ain't nothing wrong with that. She's 18 and legal. She's retarded.
Salute, salute, and thank you, XL Pro. Thank you, my guy.
XL to the prison.
Yeah, man.
$23,000. It's still unclear who the mayor will name as Jackson's replacement. In Baltimore, Mackenzie Frost, Fox 45 News.
Hey, Brett, I
Jackson has
think
faced
you
several
might have
questions about her involvement with a Monzi employee who was arrested.
Brett, I think you might have went too far about the amount she was making per year.
Oh shit.
Show an employee describing how she was taught to clock in on her phone without ever having to go into work, and outlining how Safe Streets workers would not hold meetings at their location, rather meet at places like McDonald's and Applebee's. Jackson exiting City Hall leaves the mayor's office of neighborhood safety and engagement without a leader at a critical time for Baltimore as the summer and crime concerns are starting to heat up. According to city records, Jackson got a promotion in November of last year, bringing her total annual salary to more than $223,000.
You heard that, y'all?
Yes, indeed.
Hold on. Now,
You don't find that suspicious? You don't find that suspicious?
You please, you dirty bitch! Look what you've done to my peonies! They're marigolds!
Good God, I think she's right. They are marigolds.
I may not know my flowers, but I know a bitch when I see one! You dirty...
And crime concerns are starting to heat up. According to city records, Jackson got a promotion in November of last year, bringing her total annual salary to more than $223,000. It's still unclear who the mayor will name as Jackson's replacement. In Baltimore, Mackenzie Frost, Fox 45 News.
Jackson has faced several questions about her involvement with a Monzi employee who was arrested and charged with vehicular manslaughter. Fox 45 News found an email she sent to senior staffers and community-based organizations about the employee, Gardnell Carter, saying, quote, following...
wait a minute. Wait a minute. So either that's her son or that's her boo-boo. So that's either her son or her boo-boo. At least this little criminal ain't a lesbian. Cause I know the Patrice Colors, she a double devil. She a double demon.
Watch out there now.
Incredible, yo. You can't make this shit up, bro.
The support and assistance of Mayor Scott and Monzi, Carter will be released. Jackson eventually told Fox 45 News she meant emotional support. Carter is no longer working with Monzi. He pled guilty to the charges yesterday. Then there's questions about Jackson's ex-boyfriend who runs the nonprofit Project Numa. That group got a federal grant through Monzi. Fox 45 News interviewed internal communications among Monzi staffers, including Jackson, praising employees for completing the grant application process. The mayor's office says Jackson later recused herself from that grant process.
It's time for me to get set up for therapy, and I use this room as my office. But the desk is over here, and so when I...
Well, Fox 45 News has tried to question Jackson on those issues a number of times, and we've also requested a one-on-one interview. She has refused to sit down with us and many times walks away from our questions.
We're not talking about cherry picking numbers. Let's make sure we don't report that, okay?
Okay. Director Jackson, can I ask you a couple of questions?
I think the mayor said meet us at the next
Are you going to the next event?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Director Jackson, can you explain a little bit more about ROCA? When can we learn more about Safe Streets?
City State's Attorney Ivan Bates commented on Jackson's departure. He said in part he commends Executive Director Jackson for the groundwork she laid for the group violence reduction strategy work, the progress she made in the historically volatile Western District, and the expansion of the strategy into new sectors of our city.
Well, Monzi isn't just in charge of Safe Streets. The department oversees several of the mayor's key public safety efforts, including domestic violence and sexual assault response, safety policy research, and the city's group violence reduction strategy plans. GVRS has come under scrutiny. Some see Jackson's leaving as just another problem for an already troubled program. Fox 45's Jeff Abel joins us live with what this means for the city's crime fight. Jeff?
Well, you know, city leaders had credited the strategy for making widespread progress, but just how much progress is in dispute tonight, and so is the fate of the strategy.
In the city's Western District,
two more number one males have been shot.
Violence has hardly taken a break.
Nothing in this city is being accomplished. It's falling apart.
This district is where the city's group violence reduction strategy was first launched, a strategy which offers help to those identified as being the most vulnerable toward committing crime.
Whatever it is that you need, we're going to provide.
2 years ago, Monzi director Shantay Jackson met with Baltimore residents to explain the program's purpose. The city had attempted to launch the program twice before, but failed both times.
We did try to do this twice before under two different mayors. The first reason why it didn't work is because there wasn't the adequate political will. BPP wasn't appropriately staffed or trained.
Just months after the program launched in the Western District, city leaders touted progress.
We are talking about a significant step in the right direction of seeing violence be reduced.
They're not cherry picking numbers, that we are actually making a significant impact in what the fatal and non-fatal numbers look like in the Western District.
While some city council members seemed skeptical, Jackson stayed firm.
This is an academically proven strategy.
But a year and a half later, the homicide statistics tell a different story. So far this year, 14 people have lost their lives here, making the Western District.
Absolutely, that plan did not work. And salute to my boy D Brown for the $4.99. You already know. Salute D Brown. Thank you.
Under 25 can't cook, can't clean. They don't want to work nothing. Niggas that's 31 and over get in relationships with them and wonder why shit ain't working. That's because all young bitches want to do is pop pills, smoke weed, get drunk, lay around, suck dick, eat hot Cheetos, charge their phone, get a sew and weave, twerk, be bisexual, eat McDonald's, wash they pussy in the sink, lie, take selfies, and talk shit through Wi-Fi because they phone never off.
Damn.
The second deadliest district in the city.
She came up with a lot of catchy phrases, but she was not able to show any successes or any benchmarks to go along with those catchy phrases.
Community activist Kenji Scott has long questioned the progress of the city's strategy.
And I tell you that all the time. Don't I tell you that all the time, right? Don't I say modern women and black women, modern black women and modern women, period, in general, all of them. They don't get no information. They learn from social media. They learn from hearsay. They learn something, they hear something, and then they run with it. And then they run with it. They just repeat it. You know what I mean? And it's like them phrases and shit, them terms that they be using. You know what I mean? They just learn them shit. They learn them on the fly. Same way they mother learned parenting on the fly. You know what I mean? And they take that shit into their holy system, subconscious mind, and they take that shit in as a belief. And that's why they fucked up. They make decisions, all types of decisions off that information that they took in as the truth, and it ain't the truth. Where did you get your information from, sis? We almost upstairs, y'all. I'll drop the link to make it easier for y'all to get on upstairs when it's time.
Now, as Jackson prepares to leave, there are questions whether a part of her strategy will be leaving too.
Now that the tip of the spear is broken, you have to wonder whether the overall program is in doubt.
Now that she's gone, now maybe we can get somebody in there and do something significant.
Well, last year, some city council members questioned why the results of the program were not coming fast enough. We're live tonight. Jeff Abel, Fox 45 News.
Jeff, thank you. This is the latest resignation to hit the mayor's leadership team, meaning agencies responsible for almost $1.3 billion in taxpayer funds are without permanent leadership. Recently, the mayor's chief of staff and director of communications abruptly resigned. The communications director was appointed just this past February. The director of the city's troubled Department of Public Works is also resigning. Jason Mitchell will be leaving next month. And the city is also without a fire chief. Chief Niles Ford stepped down late last year after a scathing report about failures inside the department. Well, on Fox 45 News at 5, we spoke with political analyst John Deedy, who says this could indicate a problem within the Scott administration.
A lot of people have come and gone recently from the mayor's staff, et cetera. And, you're facing a re-election situation. You need to have people feel that there's good people aboard, because I always have a theory when people leave. When someone leaves the first time that they're gone out of, let's say, chief of staff, people say it's generally that person's fault who left. The second time, it's kind of like maybe each person's fault individually. By the time you're on your third person in the same job title, it's not the person who just left, it's the person who made the hire.
Well, we want you to join the conversation. Do you have confidence in the Scott administration to run the city of Baltimore? 96% of voters say no. Head to foxbaltimore.com/vote to weigh in.
Scan the QR code on your screen. That will take you to all of our coverage on Monzi and Director Shantay Jackson and the Safe Streets program. You can also go to...
And that brings us, guys, to the closer of this part of our show here at the Mr.Goodbread channel. So those of y'all that want to donate, get your donations in. This is the last chance to donate. We're about to go upstairs. You know what I mean? For some not-for-profit hot shit, guys. We're going to finish this up upstairs. I got 5 reasons you don't want to put these educated lame chicks in no position of power, bro. All right, guys. So I'll give y'all a chance. I'll drop the link again so y'all can work your way upstairs. Before you leave here, guys, make sure you clean your desk and bring anything you're going to need for upstairs, for your comfortability upstairs. But make sure you clean your desk, guys. We don't need no roaches, man. All right?
to see this one.
These two have been waiting for this one for quite some time, and to be honest, so have I.
All right, we back, y'all. We back. Y'all here? Class, y'all ready? Y'all ready, class? Y'all back?
Hell no, nigga.
Hope y'all ain't get lost in the school. Y'all should know how y'all should know how to navigate through the school by now, guys. What's up? Where y'all at? All right, everybody checking in. Everybody checking in. Check in.
You finna turn your flamethrower on, good bread?
Definitely, bro. Definitely, King. Definitely.
Yeah. Let's get it.
You know what I mean? Let's go. Throwing on some music, gotta set the mood right.
There it is.
Gotta set the mood right. I know, I'm gonna turn it down, Bell. I know I'm gonna turn it down, Bell. I ain't gonna have it all loud and stuff, man. Alright. Let me go. Let me go into this first joint. Let me go into the first joint right here. While we wait for some more of the class to come filing in here.
What up, Brian Turner? What up, homie?
All right, guys, we're gonna get ready to start, man. We're gonna get ready to start. We're gonna pop it off with number one.
Corey Steele, what up, homie? XL Pro, Shadrack. Corey Steele, yeah, XL Pro. Posh Williams in the building.
Let's get it. All right, guys, so number one. 5 reasons educated black women like Shantay Jackson don't make great leaders. Number one, guys, too greedy. You know what I mean? These women is too greedy, bro. Their eyes is bigger than their stomach. You ever heard that expression right there? Your mother ever told you that? Your eyes is too bigger than your stomach. You know what she meant by that, guys? You think more than you move. So the results you get, you're not going to be happy with, guys. You think you want to eat all that food, you know what I mean, because you see it. But when you actually get to it, you ain't going to want it. You're going to waste it. You know what I mean, guys? And a lot of these women, they don't understand. They don't need all that they trying to go for with this independent shit. Women is designed to take a little. You know that expression, $1 out of 15 cents? That's what women were designed for by God. They were designed that way. They were designed to be able to do that. So all this trying to force their nature and force feed themselves is going to make them sick, guys. Y'all want to chime in on anything? Y'all want to chime in on number one? Modern black women being too greedy to be in position of power, to make decisions over anybody.
I mean, I mean, it ain't all women. It's just these particular women that, when they get caught red-handed and get their hand like my nigga King Grove would say, get your hand caught in a cookie jar. You know what I mean? And you're just stealing and shit, because we see a whole lot of stealing in the black community. And for some reason, man, I think people think other people owe them something. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know if that's their form of getting reparations or whatnot, thinking they can just beat the system or steal from people or rob people and shit like that. I mean, it's something that has to do with your conscience. You know what I mean? And that's men and women alike. You know what I'm saying? When you are a selfish motherfucker and you just taking and you don't give a fuck about the people that you're stealing from, because you feel like, this system is just endless amounts of money in this system. And you thinking ain't nobody missing it. Don't nobody give a fuck. And then being her, a black woman, ain't nobody gonna hold me accountable because they never do. You know what I'm saying? You still got the mayor that's covering for her. Ain't no criminal charges being put against her right now. You know what I'm saying? So they just doing these little soft-ass investigations and trying to get interviews and shit like that. But I mean, it should be a federal investigation on this bitch, because when you talking about her now, they mention her boyfriend with a nonprofit. Now, hey man, where you think that funding was coming from?
You're right. You're right, bro.
You some crooked motherfuckers, man, with no integrity whatsoever.
That's a fact. And to piggyback off of
Straight
what you
up.
said, yeah, King, what you said?
No, I'm just, what he's saying is real. Like you say, no integrity, man. Motherfuckers eating off poor motherfuckers in the black community. Motherfuckers catching the bus and shit. And pastor, first he get a Cadillac. You know what they do first? What they get? They get the DeVille, whatever. Now the CT6, they get the big body Cadillac first. Then they get the Benz. And they get, some pastors get the Rolls, and some of these mega pastors at these black churches, and in the middle of the damn ghetto, these niggas running around in motherfucking Millennium Falcons and shit on poor people money in the damn community. That shit's fucked up.
That's a fact, guys.
I
And
think there's a couple pastors building the Death Star right now. You know what I'm saying, off of church money.
and BZ touched on it, because this shit, it ain't really a gender, it ain't really a color thing. It's definitely how you were raised. A lot of people suffer from childhood trauma. A lot of people is raised off survival. I done told y'all that. So a lot of people is deprived from love, right? So a lot of people put this love, this they put that depression of being deprived of love and material things. And a lot of people, the material is money. You know what I mean? And they lose a certain sight competing with other folks, and they kind of lose themselves, where they don't understand when enough is enough. And it's a sacrifice. At some point you're supposed to make a sacrifice where you risking, your integrity for money, where you're not supposed to be doing that. What the amount of money that it take me to be comfortable might not be the same amount that it take you. You know what I mean? But at some point, I gotta stop at where I'm comfortable at, and you gotta stop where you're comfortable at. And depending on your childhood trauma, you might not know where to stop. And in her instance, and in the most women instance, they're not gonna know when to stop. They're gonna get high off that being a man, because remember, none of them was supposed to be down here getting dopamine hits on what it is to be out in the world in these positions that they are given the participation award to participate in any old way. You know
And
what I
bro,
mean?
I don't know what the next four is gonna be, the next four reasons, but Let me tap back into this greed thing, right? If you making $250,000 a year, you know you got to have a fucked up conscience, and I don't know how you sleep at night when you know the shootings going on every fucking night and killings going on every fucking night, and you know you were granted that money to prevent this shit or to put a curve in this, and you got an organization that doesn't even deal with this shit. You know what I'm saying? You just you just getting money, man, and you just talking and you ain't doing shit. And niggas is dying every day. And this is the avenue that you use to lobby to get that money and get in position. You know what I'm saying? So what was your intentions the whole time? Were you really trying to make a difference, or were you just trying to get rich off the dysfunction of black people?
Yo, and it's so wormy, and I'm starting to believe this is the Baltimore way, because this is the world class simps blueprint right here. The nigga stuck around niggas, acting like he was for niggas, and whole time he sat with greed in his heart. He sat around us with greed in his heart, guys. That's crazy, yo. King Grove, you want to touch on that while I get this next one ready?
Yeah, I was waiting for you to say that shit. I ain't gonna lie to you. I mean, hey, I mean, you know what I'm saying, the motherfucking 5-star general of this shit. So I say I ain't just gonna open up a can of funky ass simp worms before you do. But real nigga shit though, man. A motherfucker that live in a city with a bunch of dumbass shit going on, with a bunch of dumb liberal black bitches, you know what I'm saying, controlling shit. They taking a bunch of money, they sucking the public tit while the community get worse and worse. Baltimore looking like season 2 of the damn Wire. You know what I'm saying? The whole city is just fucked up. And niggas is talking about niggas in other cities like, I don't understand. You need to clean up your own community, youngster. Church. You know, when grown folks talking, the bell, what he supposed to do, man?
Shut the fuck up.
Yes, sir.
You hear?
Yeah.
Say
Oh,
something to
shit.
you? Listen to me. Hey, listen to me. Hey, shut the fuck up. Who taught you how to be this stupid? Were you fucking born this way? You're fucking kidding me. Can I say something to you? Listen to me. Hey, listen to me. Hey, shut the fuck up. Who taught you how to be this stupid?
All right, guys. As we moving right along on the list, let's get the number 2. Number 2 is a real good one because I asked you ladies with the degrees and the attitude and the boldness and all that swagger, where do you get your information from? You know what I mean? And clearly, we know you got that greed. We know you got that greed you got that greedy shit from your mama. You know what I mean? You got that greedy shit from your hell of a mama. So where did you get your information from, I asked? So number 2 gonna be, y'all get the majority of y'all information from Zaddy and his schools. Now you can't even deny that, sis. How can you answer that? Like, how can you deny that? Because you get your information from the degrees, right? The degrees taught you how to make decisions in life, right? And is that who taught you how to scam the black people? Because right, ain't government Zaddy, ain't the white people, ain't that the people that you teach us to hate? Because you say they the ones that's gonna get us? Ain't they the ones supposed to be robbing us, right? I mean, they got our social security card. They know where your mama live, know where my mama live. And they ain't really bothering us. They ain't really they ain't been digging at our bank accounts. They ain't been stealing from us, right? Did your mama get anything stolen from her yet? You know what I mean? You know, the white man got her information. You know what I mean? Like, we got to start thinking logical out this motherfucker now, guys. We can't walk around here stupid all of the time. We can't walk around here in the dark for the rest of our life. That ain't gonna be right now. how y'all say, like another, where they do that at, right? Didn't we make that up? We made that term up in the hood, right? Where they do that at? You know what I mean? So where do they do that at, guys? You tell me, like, shit's dumb. Shit dumb. You know what I mean? We sit here on these panels too, in this red pill, and we talk about the indoctrination that go on in school. Yet we have some simple force of men that'll sit there and tell these sisters, oh no, sis, you guys are the most educated and don't listen to him. Don't listen to him. Like, how much are they paying y'all niggas to kiss butt and lie to these sisters who clearly need the truth told to them so they don't fall into this trap? You got to get your information from a man. You got to get your information from that Bible. You got to get the information from your father. You know what I mean? Because he going to give you that information that you don't want to hear. He going to give you that stuff that you need. Your mom, she going to keep you in a delusion. She going to tell you the shit that you want to hear. Yeah, she going to tell you the shit you want to hear. You know what I mean? Remember, not all, definitely not some, but the majority, guys, the majority get their information from school, bro. Get their information from the same white supremacy that they so-called hate, and then they try to use it on everybody else in this community. They run around, hold this bullshit over everybody else's head, scamming us. That's what they do. They scam us. They use that degree as a position to act better than us. You know what I mean? They ain't trying to give us the funds, though. They ain't trying to give us no money. Why? Because they know we the builders. We build. But they ain't trying to give us no money. They just trying to make money off of what we build. They do us just like how the elites do us. Just how the jewels do us. Because, I ain't no dummy, son. I know that the white man, not my enemy. Now, if you want to say we got an enemy, then we can say the jewels is our enemy. You know what I mean? And they ain't think about us either. Because they know we really don't want no smoke. We don't want smoke. We don't want money. We don't want to get out of poverty. We just want to play. Let's pretend around and amongst each other and stun on each other. You know what I mean? But that's where they get the most of their information from. And this is why they don't make great leaders in a position of power, because they leading with the same indoctrination. They leading with the same information that had us slaves. Bingo, message. They ain't gonna like that. They ain't gonna like that, but it's the truth. Remember, your feelings and how you feel is not the facts. You know what I mean? And I'm not putting down your education, sis. I'm just telling you, be advised, be aware. I'm sorry to be the bearer of bad news, but the truth is what it is. You know what I mean? You got to get you some. Don't be fooled. Don't go walking into the systematic racism. So don't go walk in it. Because we stay yelling it and screaming it, but then walk right into it. Walk our ass right into it. That shit don't make sense. Where they do that at? You know what I mean? Guys, y'all want to chime in on this right here? Because I'm still trying to figure out where do they get their information from? Where the majority of these educated demons.
I mean, if the white folks is trying to keep us down so hard, why the fuck is motherfuckers wearing all this blonde ass motherfucking weave, blonde wigs, and these motherfucking blue and green contacts, man? Skin bleaching cream, you feel me? If we hate them so bad they're our enemy, why you want to walk around and look just like them? You know what I mean? I ain't never seen a lion walk around and put a hyena skin on when they went hunting. They don't do that shit. Smash on sight, you know what I'm saying? So on one hand, you say you hate them, but really you want to be like them, or not even like them, what you think they represent. That's why you try to fuck over your own people. You think, well, since the white folks is fucking the black community, I can just do it too. I'm gonna come up like them all the while, like the Bell say, I'm gonna be a mascot So whatever I do will be above reproach because I look just like these dumb niggas.
Church.
Absolutely. You know, man, I'm not really too worried about another motherfucker's education, man, but I know one thing, man, we need to start educating ourselves on some game, right? You know, when you got somebody that do all that talking and, you know, the shit sounds too good to be true, you gotta ask for some receipts, man. You gotta ask for a body of work. You know what I'm saying? So and back to what y'all was saying about this old sucker ass piece of shit from Baltimore, it seemed like they all got the same tactics. Cause like when you try to campaign for this job, you criticizing and you're real critical of others, and you're talking about what they didn't do and all this, right? But now when the spotlight is on you and we trying to figure out what the fuck you doing and trying to get some transparency, now the bitch got a mouthful of marshmallows and can't talk and don't, you know what I'm saying, trying to avoid accountability. And you will never hear an apology from that bitch.
Forget about it.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, I mean, I think it's time for people to stop just going with color and all this type of shit, man. You need to hold these people accountable, man.
That's a whole fact,
Yeah,
bro.
niggas need to be checked, man. I don't give a fuck if you like them, if they're your mama, if they're your daddy, if they're your best friend. When motherfuckers do something wrong, man, you need to check them. If you standing for what's right.
That's real.
That'd be the problem. That'd be the
That's
problem.
real.
The bad behavior reflect and then match. And if not the exact behavior, then a similar behavior or bad behavior in its own. But because they do bad behaviors, they don't see it in them to check no bad behavior because they would be wrong. Remember, you can't judge nobody till you judge yourself. A lot of people scared of judging themselves because if they do look in that mirror, boy, they ain't gonna like what they see.
Hey,
They ain't gonna like what they see.
and I'm gonna say this, man, for real. You want to check bad behavior? You know what I'm saying? Motherfucker, stop voting the same way you've been voting forever if you ain't getting no good results out that shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
You got to do your homework, man.
That's real. And the same shit, you know, apply. I hate to give y'all some free game, but I'm gonna go and do it. Fuck it. You know what I'm saying? Say you know, kicking it with a female or whatever. You know, when one of your lady friends, you know, starts acting all ignorant and silly and like she can do better or like she runs some shit, cut her ass off for about a week and let her see what she missed. I guarantee she gonna act right when she come back. And that's how you got to do with these so-called fake-ass politicians. That's like, you know, you got a homeboy or something that you doing shit for, you know, and he's unappreciative and he starts getting uppity and acting like he better than you. Stop doing shit for the motherfucker. And then when he needs you, motherfuckers gonna find out who they really are and who you are. You know, we need to humble these motherfuckers, these fake-ass black people, male and female, that have been leading our black community to destruction for the past 70 years. Taking handouts and shit. You know, you find out all kind of shit. You find out some of these black supremacy groups have been funded by the damn KKK. And you got dumbass niggas worshiping the like he say, the symbolism, the little black idol that they set up as some kind of fake black messiah. I ain't going for that bullshit, man. Fuck that.
We ain't going. We ain't going. And number 3, guys. Number 3. We all know that black women make decisions by committee. They don't do nothing on their own. They don't do nothing on their own. Either their sister told them, their mama told them, their brother told them, their boyfriend told them, somebody told them. They can't take the total accountability of making a decision on their own because then they'd have to be accountable. And in this case, guys, you see how Shantay Jackson, she got the little mayor, the simp guy, doing all of the talking for her. They want to talk to this woman. Like the Bell pointed out, they could speak to the ex. the ex person in her position, they can get her in a full interview, but they can't get this woman in an interview.
That was an ex-mayor.
The
former mayor. Yeah.
Can't make this shit up, bro. And this is part of having that herd mindset. This is the democracy, guys. I tell you, no lie, bro. They gained the privilege to fake vote because of how they vote. They vote and they promise to vote for democracy for 200 years, guys. I don't know how many more years we got left, but we fucked. We fucked, bro. This is why these women cling to democracy so hard. And
Hey, that's because niggas are dumb.
Hey, let me tell you something, Bread and King. Now, we focusing on Shantay Jackson, right? But you gotta understand, she's under the mayor. Now, if you got these simp ass niggas, now you tell me who's more dangerous, these bitches or these simp ass niggas that cater to these bras and let them get away with the shit that they get away with. Now, this nigga could have said at any time, "Hold on, bitch, don't be making me look bad. You know, this is my dream job. This is all the focus is gonna be on me. I'm gonna have to explain this shit." You know what I'm saying? So you tell me who's more vital in this situation, the mayor, which is a simp ass nigga, or the bitch that was getting away with what she wanted to get away with.
Now, of course,
he could have pulled a plug at any time on this.
I gotta say the simp is more detrimental because the simp is the one that encourages the bad behavior in these females. If there wasn't a bunch of niggas endorsing and entertaining this fuckery, you know what I'm saying, from these out of control females, it wouldn't be so in style and cool to act a fool. See, there's no consequences and repercussions for being stupid right now. And especially, unfortunately, in this country, if you're in politics and you're a black militant, just hate everything that ain't black politician, you know what I mean? You can do no wrong right now. As long as you're Democrat, you can fuck up with the budget, you can fuck up with the crime bills, fuck up with the school buses, with the teachers union, the salaries, everything, and they still gonna say you aight, because again, you look like us and you one of us. And that's sad, man.
Yeah. Hey, I don't know what we on 3. We about to be, I don't know what 4 and 5 gonna be, but I don't want to jump the gun, man. So go ahead, man.
You already jumped the gun, man. I'm about to kick the shit out you, boy. God damn, yo. But
The man with the red hat is ornery this evening. Watch out.
And he done got his little belly full. He done, you know what I'm saying? He been eating chicken on his.
Now you want to steak tonight though. But
oh shit! See what I'm saying? That's how talented a nigga is. How the fuck you chewing steak and talking at the same time, man?
That's what's up. That's what's up for real.
That's a cold nigga, man.
Trying to tell you.
Yo, y'all crazy, man. Y'all is crazy, man. My brothers, man. My family.
Like this bitch I met with bumpy titties. You know, she had money, but she had bumpy, lumpy titties. I had to pass. Straight up.
Yo, guys. 5 reasons educated black women like Shantay Jackson don't make great leaders, B. Because they always in survival mode, man. You see what survival mode gets you? You see where survival mode gets you, guys? The things that you used while you was in your mother house, while you was toughing it out with that toxic ass nigga that you shouldn't have been with in the first place. All of that shit, you can throw it away when you start to win. When you start to change the laws of your mind, once you change the laws of your mind and you are granted with some new tools and you sharpen some new tools, you don't need that survival shit. Get rid of that survival shit, yo. This lady was getting 200,000 plus. You know what I mean? To at least try to do a job. You ain't need to be mingy. You ain't need to be, you know what I mean? You ain't need to be funny style. You could have got rid of the project mindset. but you keep that Project Power Ranger mindset, bro, and you gonna fumble the bag. You gonna fuck it all the way up.
A lot of bad shit going on in Baltimore these days, man. You got niggas simping with t-shirts stapled on the wall and shit that look dirty and dingy in the motherfucker. I mean, what? I'm just saying, man. Like it ain't a good look in Baltimore right now, man. I don't know what the fuck going on out there, man.
Yeah, man. Shit looking crazy out there. Beezy, you got anything on number 4 before we get to number 5?
I mean, when you talk about survival, man, what's the opposite of survival? Death, right?
Right.
So why do we always talk about survival when it comes to something that ain't even detrimental? You know what I mean? Like surviving R. Kelly. Whoever died over a dick if you didn't get AIDS?
Well,
you know
now,
what I'm saying?
Now, wait a minute. Now, as far as R. Kelly goes, wait a minute. Now, he peed in a certain direction, and the little bitch didn't move. Church.
Right. So, I mean, you know, you got I'm saying that to say this, right? Like, you got free will to do whatever you want to do. You know the dangers of certain situations that you put yourself in.
Yeah.
So why would you want that victim stance when shit don't go right? And that's a lot of shit that goes on, man. Because like when they corner this bitch, when they finally corner this bitch, you're gonna see a different side of her. Because right now you see a defiant bitch, you see an arrogant motherfucker, but then when she finally gets in trouble or something happens, then you're gonna see the tears. Then you're gonna hear about God. And then you're gonna hear about a blessing and all this whole type of shit. You know what I'm saying?
And we must stand together.
You know, all this shit. Now you just fucking with me because I'm black and you know I'm a woman. As a woman and as a single mother, I you know what I'm saying? You don't hear all that type of shit.
All that groupthink shit.
All that goofy shit. That shit goofy to me. But word,
so right now you're trying to survive judgment and accountability.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
And last but not least, the Bell touched on it already, because much like KDH, he always stayed with the goddamn answer key and shit. But you can't get no sister, no position like this, no position of power like this, because I guarantee you, I can almost guarantee you, bro, there will always be a simp nigga in the wing manipulating shit, bro. A lot of us getting alienated. Our fucking baby moms got the stupid nigga in the crib, and he be telling her not to send our kids to us. You know what I mean? That nigga be leading her to the motherfucking pig swine, guys.
Oh shit, man! That's why you said I beat you to the punch. I didn't know you was. I mean, how am I supposed to know what the fifth one was?
I know.
I was trying to hold back. I didn't know what 1 through 5 was.
Yeah, man. God sent 3 angels after Lilith, man, and she managed to broker a deal with these simp ass niggas, bro. So you never sleep, bro. Never sleep on dudes, man. Dudes be falling for that. They be falling for that power of the coochie. You know what I mean? So guys, you got to always pay attention, bro. Understand, when a chick is getting beside herself, a man gave her that power, bro. A man gave her that power, bro. You know how men give women their power, bro? When they nut all in them, and they get they go the raw sex, when they raw sexing them, and they lying to them, and they eating crab legs with them. You know what I mean? That's how a man give women the power. That's why you see so many women running around here acting tough right now. Acting like they ain't gotta tell the truth. You know what I mean? The truth is not attractive. And these are some ugly bitches running around here, bro. There's some ugly bitches running around here. There's no truth in them. But yeah, guys, Y'all want to touch on that before we get on and wrap this show on up?
Hey, bro, we're gonna tap in, man. I thought we was gonna tap into this educational piece right quick, man, because this right here is gonna give you a little bit more insight about what's going on in all these black communities where the crime and the homicide rates are so high.
That's the article. That's the second article right there, right? That's the
No, I told you it's the link before you sent me the thumbnail, that interview. It's the YouTube link before you sent me that interview. I mean the interview before you sent me that thumbnail for the show.
Oh, the first joint I played, that shock treatment shit. No,
Shock
we just
treatment.
played this, bro.
No, man. I said I sent you a YouTube link before you sent me the show.
Yeah, I got that. I just played that. We played that already.
Yeah.
We played this already. Yeah, we just got through playing this. Wait. It's a clip or it's an article?
It's an interview.
Hold on, let me see. Let me just pull it up. I don't think we played this. All these shits look the same, B. That news, this shit right here all look the same. Be like, bruh, Fox 45 is lit over there, world class. What you doing, bruh?
As Iran violence skyrockets, Fox 45 News is hearing from the face of Baltimore's shock trauma, the leader of an elite surgical team who says something needs to be done.
Here you go, brother.
What I care about is getting to a place where there are fewer holes in a smaller number of people. Bring me a solution that leads to fewer holes in a smaller number of people. I'm all for it.
Fox 45's Maxine Stryker sat down with Chief Trauma Surgeon Dr. Thomas Scalea and two top pediatricians about the impact of the violence they're seeing.
She brings us their story from the front lines of the city's crime crisis.
As Baltimore City continues to claim lives, a not-so-secret weapon in the fight against gun violence is the state's designated trauma hospital, Shock Trauma. Dr. Thomas Scalea, the chief and face of the trauma center for more than 2 decades, almost missing our interview Wednesday after another young person came through his doors, a victim.
I just barely got here because we admitted a 20-year-old kid that came in desperately ill after being stabbed, and this is not unusual.
Just a few days ago, Baltimore surpassed 100 homicides. Even more people have been shot and survived. Many of them have come through your doors. What has the year been like so far?
You know, the violence is, to me, not really, we've not really seen a substantial decrease in it. Certainly doesn't feel like we've had a substantial decrease in it. And it's as I said, it's just part of every day of our lives, and it's not a very good part of every day of our lives.
Scalea, alongside University of Maryland Medical Center leading pediatrician Dr. Rebecca Carter and director of University of Maryland Children's Hospital Dr. Stephen Zinn, declaring gun violence among young people a public health emergency.
While this is affecting so many youth and young adults, this is also affecting so many young children who are witnessing violence, who are witnessing all of the trauma that comes along with all of the violence that they're seeing in neighborhoods and in their families.
My biggest concern when I was thinking of getting Botox Cosmetic was
losing my expression. I wanted to stay Javi and stay me.
the doctor did great at explaining that the treatment plan for me was what I needed.
So I got treated on my forehead,
My crow's feet and my frown lines. I'm so happy with the results.
My results are subtle.
I'm still myself.
Just with fewer lines.
This year alone, 10 juveniles have been shot and killed, a more than 50% increase over this time last year. And nearly 40 other children have survived gunshot wounds.
You're definitely seeing that there's a spike of more kids coming in.
No question. No question at all. And really hurt. Not just a little hurt. Really hurt.
One of the youngest homicide victims, 12-year-old Jalen Richards, killed last month in South Baltimore.
What is that like for you on a daily basis or, on a weekly basis, having to tell families, mothers, fathers, their children are gone?
Yeah, it is the worst thing that I do. I can tell you the number of steps it is from the TRU to the waiting room. And it's just so discouraging. And as I age and get closer to my own death, it has affected me more and more and more, not less.
Are you able to go home at night and turn your brains off and not think about these kids that you're treating?
I don't think so. What we're doing is harming a whole generation of citizens, of children. It is just not right that the number one cause of death in children is gun violence. It's just not right.
You've been here a long time.
Yeah.
You said you don't think things have gotten any better over the years. Does it ever cross your mind, like, I can't do this anymore? Things aren't getting any better.
Yeah. I live a 10-minute walk from here. It's my city. When I go home, I haven't left it. I'm still here. And does it get discouraging? Of course it gets discouraging. It hasn't beaten me down enough to quit yet. Maybe one day, but not today.
With a 95% survival rate, most victims who come through the doors of shock trauma walk back out.
Without shock trauma, where would Baltimore be? How much higher would the homicide count be every year?
A lot.
Yeah.
More than 100?
Maybe. I mean, we'll see 700 or 800 gunshot wounds this year if the year continues along as it has. 100 is not out of the question.
And how crazy is it to think about that? What if you guys weren't here,
It's I think about that more than every once in a while, including right now as I think about this young kid that we just finished taking care of.
Why do you think it's happening?
I personally believe it has to do with this culture that is now part of Baltimore. It's accepted that people are going to get shot. And, we had a young kid come in and die yesterday, 2 days ago, with a gunshot wound, and went down and talked to his parents. And as I have remarked before, they're very sad, they're very grief-stricken, but they're not surprised.
It's a lived reality for parents raising their children in Baltimore.
If we sit down a year from now, what do you hope has changed? What is your hope for the children of Baltimore?
The number has to be less. It just has to be.
I'd like to see a grassroots effort by the citizens to do what you can to make sure guns are either not available or being kept in a very safe fashion.
If in a year we're looking at similar conversations, then what I hope is that at least kids are starting to understand where their options can be and what options are available to them outside of what they might see in terms of violence in surrounding neighborhoods, and finding ways to access those options.
Bring me a solution that leads to fewer holes and a smaller number of people. I'm all for it.
Most people have no clue that in 2023, the best way to make money on Amazon is not with physical products.
Whoa.
It's Amazon's other company, Audible. Audible pays me
Mute
$8,000 to
them commercials,
$10,000 every
In Baltimore, Maxine Stryker, Fox 45 News.
Well, I spoke with Dr. Scalea a little more than a year ago. At that time, he told us his team was beaten down and fed up with the violence. You can find that one-on-one and more from Maxine's interview today on our website, foxbaltimore.com.
Mayor Brandon Scott wants to help curb youth crime with a curfew to start Memorial Day weekend, but he hasn't released much information about it. Many law enforcement experts we've spoken with don't think it'll work. During a public safety hearing today, first responders spoke to city council members about delayed response times, overworked personnel, even equipment pushed to the limits. In fact, the fire department says they're averaging about 9 minutes a call, but have to work.
Damn, 9 minutes of call. You know how the whole fucking city have been done burnt down in 9 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
That dude was talking out of both sides of his ass. Now, I was waiting for him to say the fucking obvious, the elephant in the fucking room, and he didn't. He told me, well, we have to get a grassroots movement going so that the people can just, just make sure that the guns.
You got to be politically correct, man, when you're talking about niggas.
No, but then you say that they ain't, make guns available. One thing is, bro, like motherfuckers had to realize ain't no gun in a shelf or in nobody's drawer ever just magically fired, cocked back the hammer and blew somebody away. The problem is people. They had this big gun control shit in fucking New York and before then in London. And what happened in London? Per capita, London has more violent crime and homicides than America. And their guns been outlawed for like 50 fucking years. So now you got dumbass bitches in the street wearing signs that say knife control. So what's it gonna be next? Spoon control, rock control, stop hitting people with your car. I mean, what the problem is people. People should not just want to kill other people like that. Just you know what I'm saying, like that much. That tells you, the culture, yes, it's the culture, but at the same time, a knife ain't never cut nobody, a gun ain't never shot nobody without somebody.
They trying to tap into it with nigga control, but they getting resistance.
You
They can't even enforce a motherfucking curfew, which would have something to do with nigga control.
No,
the
it
niggas
would.
that's controlling them guns.
The curfew and real nigga shit, a curfew is a good idea, but the problem is when you got parents at home that's drunk and on all kind of drugs and shit, the kids is not listening to them. So if they say, hey, don't be out here this late, blase, whatever, they ain't trying to hear that shit. The kids is fucked up. And let's just keep it real. In the black community, a lot of these kids is crack babies, drug babies, alcohol babies. Their brains are damaged and fucked up. You got generations of these motherfucking youngsters that had cocaine and heroin in their system in the womb. And doctors will tell you these brains are not going to form, I'm talking about rational thoughts. They're not going to have normal emotions like a person that realize, hey, this is not Call of Duty. This is not Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. You know what I'm saying? This ain't no Schwarzenegger movie. I can't just go postal and go shoot up the block because I heard it in some rap song by some kid from the suburbs that got tattoos all over his eyeball and face. Come on, man.
Right. But and another thing, what you said about these being crack babies, like I said before on the other show, these parents and these single mothers to have a 9-year-old, 10-year-old, 14-year-old, you in your late 20s, early 30s, and maybe 40s. I doubt it if you're in your 40s, probably somewhere below 40s, and you're in the streets. You're in the streets. You're working a job, and you're not at home. So in order to enforce this shit, some of these kids ain't even got nobody at the house. You know what I'm saying? They were supposed to go over their grandma's house, but didn't make it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, and some of these kids are being raised by their grandparents, and they old. They can't enforce shit. They go to sleep early, and you out the house, kicking it with your homeboy.
Right. Some of these kids is negotiating. Some of these kids negotiate with their parents, like, get out of here. Just, I got it. I'll do it by myself.
Yeah, I'll get you a rock, mama.
And some of these kids is out here trying to make ends meet, trying to help these motherfucking mamas with their rent and try to put food on the table. They out here trying to make out here putting their life on the line, taking penitentiary chances to try to help their mama out because she's surviving and struggling. You know what I'm saying? But what I was gonna say, man, at the end of this interview with these doctors, right? Now, why the fuck would these three people give a shit about niggas? They saving niggas' lives every motherfucking day, and they supposed to be racist as a motherfucker. And
Right.
they
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
they care more about life than these niggas that's making $250,000 just talking shit.
God damn. God damn, bro.
That's
They not
real.
gonna like this. They already calling me Uncle Ruckus, nigga.
Yeah.
God damn it.
Man,
You the real Uncle Ruckus, nigga.
so no, I'm just the realest. But see, the thing is, right? I don't give a fuck all that black shit, all that community shit, all that whatever. All these solutions are curfews and what are we gonna do about the guns and all this shit, right? Until you motherfuckers make an effort, and even them goddamn reporters, y'all going on knocking on doors and trying to interview this Mohawk bitch, go to a motherfucking family courthouse and knock on them doors and ask these motherfuckers about the results that they coming up with.
Right.
You know what I'm
That's
saying?
real.
When I hear about some efforts and all this shit, because it seems like everybody lost when it comes to how we gonna curb this and stop this and slow this down. Well, when you talk about parenting, motherfucker, you should be talking about 50-50 custody in this family court system. So why don't you go do an audit on that and try to get some transparency?
Right.
See, a lot of women don't want to accept that though, because if they accept that, that proves that they're lacking as a parent to be able to do what they always been claiming for the past 30, 40 years. I can raise single children on my own.
Well,
I
that
don't need no motherfucking
yeah.
man. Well, look at the results. You know what I mean?
Well, that right there should. I mean, when you hear that, that means man need to leave that bitch alone. When you
Yeah,
hear these bitches talk like that, stop going over there with your dick in your hand trying to fuck these faggot ass bitches.
that's it.
You know what I'm saying? So
That's it.
some of these niggas need to get shot in the motherfucking middle of the
See,
street.
and I'm gonna tell you, like straight up, no, like where I live at, there was these two broads. You know what I mean? One of them looked like Snuffleupagus, and the other one looked like Grimace. Okay, so that just give you an idea what they look like. But they lived around the corner from me. You know what I'm saying? I had gave these broads a ride from the corner store back to their spot, and they had said something to me, and I asked them. I said, well, "Where's y'all little homeboy?" Because there was some dude that was coming over there getting with them, and wouldn't the other dude get with them because they was big and nasty looking to me. But anyway, I asked where he was. They said, "Oh no, he gone. I think that nigga was retarded." And I'm like, "But wait a minute, I seen this dude over there." You feel me? 2.5 some years, this nigga was always at y'all shit. You know what I mean? I almost bust on the nigga when he was hopping over the fence trying to see some shit because I thought he was up to no good. I didn't know that was they little, as she put it, the nigga was retarded. You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
I'm
hey,
peeping the shit. But I'm just
hey,
saying, and they had kids. And had kids probably back when they was in high school or was younger. Maybe they didn't look like, they wasn't built like a 3 liter of Dr. Pepper. You know what I'm saying? So they could probably pull something decent. But I think, brother, a lot of dudes is doing what you said. Cause I see like a lot of these big ass, nasty looking bitches around where I'm at. Ain't nobody coming over to their house. The postman don't even, he pass, he keep going
oh,
like, hell no.
it's the nigga coming over there at night because the bitch probably got a kid. You
Man,
see some of
you
the
know what?
nastiest motherfuckers, and you be like, damn, who fucked her?
Well, I'm telling you, like
They
where I'm
creeping
at,
at
I ain't
night.
gonna lie. A lot of niggas, a lot of these dudes then got wise, they got smart, they ain't doing it. They done left it alone. Like these
Right.
boys are dedicated to their job and they church with the female pastor and all this other shit. I hate to even walk by with my dogs and
Right.
shit because they be offering me all kind of insurance and whatever they selling and services. Really, it's just an excuse for me to come to
Right.
their crib. And I'm like, no, thank you.
All
Bye,
right.
babe.
Yeah. All right, y'all. Check this out, man. We gotta hold this nigga Goodbread accountable, man, because he done ate this steak. The nigga finna get this itis and want to get
Uh-oh.
off. Want to get off real quick and all this old type of shit. But check this
Oh,
out, man.
shit.
We over in the school education, right? Man, you got to put a stand on their brain, man. Pull up them clips right there, man, on them last ones that I sent, because this gonna tie in to that Baltimore shit, Chicago shit, New York shit, New Orleans shit, Detroit shit, Portland shit, Texas shit. I'm telling you, man. And somebody said, I believe it was Corey Steele said something about body parts.
Yeah, Corey Steele had stole a couple of my cute little bitch ass.
Hold on, we
So
gotta finish this joint right here out.
I'm gonna need that back in a few minutes, Corey Steele.
Overtime to make that happen. Baltimore's assistant EMS chief, James Matt, says crews spend 60% of the workday on calls, and he says that's too much.
If we could get down to about 50% or less, it would give our members a chance to slow down, get to the higher priority calls, better patient outcomes, better response times.
Well, Matt says crews also need time to fill out paperwork and take breaks. He says the fire department is about 50 EMTs short, and filling those positions, he says, would help improve workloads and shorten response times.
Well, we are feeling the shockwaves of body cam video showing the moments an officer shot an armed 17-year-old last week who police say had drugs in his backpack also. The video also shows community policing before the chase. Tonight, we're taking a closer look at what it takes to get guns and drugs off city streets. Fox 45's Keith Daniels joins us with a hard conversation happening in a divided neighborhood. Keith?
Well, Mary, Police Commissioner Michael Harrison says they don't have all the answers just yet, but he said he understands the scrutiny involved in this case. And tonight, for one community, there's scrutiny from both sides. The shooting unfolded here on South Catherine Street, near McHenry Street in Southwest Baltimore. Moments after police detective Cedric Allaby shot an armed 17-year-old during a foot chase, there was outrage from people in the community. Their anger caught on the officer's body-worn camera.
Back up, back up, back up.
It was an armed 17-year-old kid. What was he doing with the gun, guys?
And the dope, like I say, it's drug related. These motherfuckers got that dope.
And I mean, why are we outraged? Why is this? Why? I mean,
Now, because they outraged because a white man killed the nigga. Now, excuse me. When is there an outrage like this when one of these niggas shoot the shit out of each other? When are these niggas like rush up to your house and call you all kind of names and break your windows and shit like that and wait for you to come out talking about they want to fuck you up? Where is this community outrage then?
right.
You know
All
what
of
I'm
a
saying?
sudden,
Was that an
all of a
outrage
sudden,
about
there's
that
no
little
snitching.
boy? Yeah, the little boy that got killed yesterday, the other day. I mean, where's the outrage then?
Black lives only matter when the police shoot them. It's fucked up, but you know that's what it is. You know, it's this fake outrage, and it's the same thing. I don't know what's wrong with niggas. Kind of like when Kobe died, all these niggas claim to be Kobe fans. Fuck out of here, man. Wasn't nobody checking for him. Niggas was bad mouthing him, talking bad about his legacy and shit. Nipsey Hussle, niggas was not jamming that nigga. Called this nigga funny names, and he was a skinny little lizard, and all
That's because
respect.
niggas operate according to their bitches. You got to remember,
Yeah,
the black women, they despise Kobe wife. So
yeah.
they sit around a black sister all day who sit there and spew that hatred and that racism shit. So a lot of these simp
And that's
niggas,
another. Hey,
they
and that's
feel they
yeah,
gotta be that in order to
and
get acceptance from the black woman, the queen.
and that's another thing. You've been sleeping on, and what we talked about a long time ago. That woman, Vanessa Bryant, needs praise. You ain't heard nothing scandalous out of this girl, and her husband been dead for how many years? Over 2.5 years.
Right.
You ain't heard her with a appearance with no other man since then.
Right. They keep trying to fish around with this Paul Gasol shit.
Been holding it down. You know what I'm saying? And been suing the shit out the police. You know, trying to standing up for her husband's honor and her daughter's honor. You know, but it is what it is. Of
Yeah.
course, of course, they waiting on pins and needles and shit for a scandal for something to talk about.
Yeah, they
Because
do
the
the
reason
same thing
why,
to Russell and Will,
yeah,
to Russell and Sierra.
I mean, and I wouldn't even compare them two relationships, but as far because uh, you ain't never heard nothing scandalous or risque out of Vanessa Bryant, and Vanessa Bryant ain't a baby mama, she was a wife.
Mm-hmm.
Sierra was a baby mama,
Mm-hmm.
you know,
True that.
but
It is a difference.
but you know what I'm saying? So it's like, man, I don't even want to get caught up on that, but I mean, back to this thing right here, man, because it's more to it than that. Like once we get through this, now I'm gonna
Yeah.
tell you why a lot of this shit and these and all this violence, they're acting like everybody's highly educated, everybody's in top positions. I mean, all the way to the trauma experts, to the politicians, to the reporters or whatever, right? This violence and shit been going on for years and years and years, and the shit is increasing every year because we so desensitized to violence. And the difference between us, our generation, and this young generation don't remember when shit was good. They are growing up with these cell phones, with this internet access to all kind of shit. You know what I'm saying? All kind of shit. So they seeing shit earlier than we seen shit. So how do you think they gonna feel? They gonna feel desensitized about this shit too. You know what I'm saying? Because everything is gearing you to get used to this shit and get comfortable with it. It's a trend. It's the what the fuck they call it? The culture. And nigger culture is about death and violence and threatening shit. You know what
And
I'm saying?
STDs and weaves and retarded niggas that can't read past motherfucking ABCs and baby books and shit. I mean, that's the black community. That's exactly what it is.
People pressing the officer. At one point, Ellaby is seen picking up the suspect's weapon, trying perhaps to protect evidence. Outrage about the shooting, but for some residents,
It goes both ways.
there's outrage about the illegal guns and the people who have them and use them.
They know it's illegal to do this, illegal to do that, but it's like they just want to do what they want to do.
Exactly, yo. It's a sacrifice, bro. If you don't want to play by the rules, you run a risk of getting got. Period.
Yeah, regardless of consequences.
I was just gonna say something, but I'm gonna leave it alone, just real quick, and be done with it.
Actually sitting on a stoop with
Now, all these same dumb motherfuckers who keep voting Democrat. Now, I live in a border state. I live in Texas, so I'm gonna say this, man. You got a lot of guns that make it up north, even up to Canada. They started off in Mexico and Central America. So the Democrats are saying open the border, open the floodgates, and let everybody in this motherfucker, from Esmeralda to Pancho Villa to everybody, just come through this motherfucker. Okay, you got cartel coming up to this motherfucker bringing what? Dope and weapons. And what was the boy found with that they killed? Dope and a weapon. So you talking about these illegal guns and stopping all this shit? Motherfuckers need to stop voting for lawmakers who gonna make policies to further drain the resources in the community that's already exhausted. They talking about response times is fucked up. They had a 15% or 15-man shortage, but y'all still saying we got fucked up poverty and problems and crazy motherfuckers. Now we want the poverty and fucked up crazy motherfuckers from everybody else country just to come to these communities because they ain't going to no wealthy neighborhoods. They going into these black ghettos and they making the shit even worse. And these motherfuckers is bringing the dope and they bringing the guns. So that's what the problem is. You close off that damn border and more of these motherfuckers can't come through, basically opening up a flea market of dope and guns and weapons and shit. That's what that is. Church.
the teen, talking with him before the officer noticed the teen might be armed. That's when they say the officer approached him, who then ran off. At one point, the video shows the teen takes a weapon out of his waistband, a stolen gun, police say. Then, seen here, circled in red, the gun clearly visible. The officer then heard yelling for him to drop the weapon. But then Ellaby fires 4 shots, hitting the teen once, critically wounding him. Speculation now from some residents, including this man who does not want to be identified, over whether the shooting was justified.
You waited to that man to get up and run to shoot him in his back. Now how that look to y'all? If he said he knew he had something on him, why you ain't just grab him right then and there? Why you waited till he running to shoot that man in his back?
But for Miss Helen, who lives just blocks away from the crime scene, the officer simply did what she expected him to do.
Get the gun from him. Because with the gun on him, you don't know what he's capable of doing.
Exactly.
Is he going to shoot somebody? What's he going to do with the gun? Sell it? Give it to somebody? You don't know.
And she wasn't scared to show her face or her address.
Straight up.
Straight up.
On whether the officer violated department policy,
Or tell the
an
truth.
investigation is ongoing. Meantime, police say the teen could face criminal charges when he's released from the hospital. Baltimore City prosecutors will make that decision.
What you mean could? Fuck out of here. Last time I checked, when they catch a criminal doing some shit and they have to fuck them up, they take them to the hospital first and then they go where they need to go, which is to the motherfucking penitentiary. I don't know what the fuck going on, talking about maybe they gonna press charges. What the fuck you think he was gonna do with that pistol? He wasn't gonna jump rope with it. He wasn't gonna play hopscotch with that motherfucker. They chasing your dumb ass and they tell you to stop. And that dumbass nigga that didn't want to be on cameras is the fucking problem in the black community. That's the simp, dumb ass nigga want to blame everybody else for our fuck ups in the black community. That little nigga knew what the fuck he was doing. If he's old enough to put his pants on and tie his shoes and play Fortnite and go on social media, that motherfucker knew. He heard a lawful command. The motherfucker warned him several times. Talking about why didn't he just grab him? Okay, you walk up to a motherfucker with a 9mm and grab him. See how that works out, dumb nigga.
Right.
The fuck out of here, man.
Motherfuckers always trying to be Monday morning quarterback and tell somebody what they should have did.
Yeah,
Like,
just
nigga,
grab him.
like this nigga been living in the hood all his life and he ain't never grabbed a nigga with a gun.
You feel me? Yeah, why you ain't trip him then? Shit, nigga, you should have tripped him at least. Hell.
Truth. Now, DeBell, you said you had this. You said you had another little piece.
Yeah. Now look at the 2 links, the 2 last links.
What the articles? These is articles.
Well, it should be a link before that. A YouTube link.
Yeah. Oh, my nigga DeBeezy came to cook tonight, boy. My nigga DeBeezy got the science. My boy, all right. My nigga DeBeezy
I mean, you
going
said
into
he's
the.
a school of common sense, nigga. I mean, let's
You know what I
rock,
mean?
man.
That's what's up. That's what's up. My nigga,
What the people can't see, man.
$ DeBell 5,000, y'all. That boy taking y'all to biology tonight.
The world is desperate for organs. If you need a new kidney in the US, you only have a 1 in 3 chance of acquiring it by legal means. People are prepared to pay a lot of money to save their own or a loved one's life. So an international black market of organ procurement, trafficking, and surgery exists. There's a huge demand, a major supply problem, and you're just a wet sack of commodities. It's illegal to sell human organs in most of the world. Nearly every country runs on a donation system. You sign up to become a donor, and in the unlikely event that you die in a healthy, clean, salvageable way, your organs can be transplanted into others. One person could potentially save 8 lives and improve up to 50. But there aren't enough donors to meet demand. Half of all people will die on the waiting list. This desperation drives people to the black market, an international industry that exists to supply wealthy patients with new organs, no questions asked. The black market accounts for 10% of all global transplants. However unsavory, the sale of human body parts is big business. Lungs and livers are as susceptible to market forces as coffee and cocaine. A new kidney on the black market will cost you $100,000 to $200,000. This is significantly cheaper than a legal operation, but price will still depend on the location of the transplant and nationality of the donor. Well, vendor. The word donor implies consent. A new heart will cost around $120,000, but be prepared to pay 3 times that for the transplant. A new pancreas, $125,000. The liver is special. You only need to transplant part of a liver and it will regrow. So depending on how much you want, it will cost you between $10,000 and $150,000. A lung is between $150,000 to $290,000, but most people will need 2, and they have to be the right size. These are the big 5, the life-threatening organs that are difficult to get hold of legally. There are many other body parts for sale, but either the demand is too low or the supply too high for them to be hugely popular on the black market. They are available though. If you want a small intestine, $2,500. Stomach, $500. Scalp, $600. Eyes, $2,000. Skin, $10 per square inch. No tattoos. Blood, $330 per pint in the US. $20 in India. Bone marrow, $23,000 per gram. Right now, gold is $42 a gram. Most body parts have to come from deceased vendors. On the black market, that can mean corrupt hospitals, funeral directors, executed prisoners, and sometimes grave robbers. A partial liver transplant can be via a living donor, as can a single lung in rare cases. But kidneys are the main event. Everyone has 2 and you can survive with just 1. Their widespread availability and the increase of diabetes in the West means the illegal kidney trade is booming. They are by far the most traded organ on the black market. There's 4 basic models of live organ trafficking. A growing trend and perhaps the least exploitative is the direct model. Recipients will recruit a vendor themselves via the internet, but this requires a lot of organisation to ensure you're a match, and you'll need contacts with a willing surgeon. Another is by force. This tends to overlap with general human and sex trafficking. Vendors may be lured to a foreign country with the promise of work, only for them to be forced to give up a kidney or more. It's rare that people are killed for organs, but it does happen. China used to force organ donation from prisoners. They would be kept alive until parts of them were needed. In some parts of the world, a creditor, often a landlord, will accept a kidney as debt repayment. This will usually have been the plan from the start, a kidney being much more valuable than a few months' rent. But by far the most common method is through a broker. These are people who target areas of extreme poverty, claiming to offer people a way out by selling their kidney. Although technically selling their kidney by choice, they usually have no other option. It may be illegal to buy or sell a kidney, but it's hard to view the recipient or the vendor as criminal. They are usually on opposite sides of the world at the extreme ends of wealth and society, yet united in their desperation. It is the brokers that extort, coerce, and take advantage. As a recipient, you'll pay $200,000, and as a vendor, you'll receive perhaps $4,000. The chain of middlemen and brokers in between will pocket the difference. Like human trafficking or sexual assault, war zones are a major target for organ recruitment. Refugees can have no employment, home, or support network, and only one valuable possession. If you need to raise money to flee the country, selling a kidney may seem like the only option. Since the beginning of their civil war, it's estimated over 20,000 Syrians have sold an organ. It was a similar story after Thailand's 2004 tsunami, Haiti's 2010 earthquake, and pretty much every major conflict or natural disaster of the last 30 years. Selling an organ can generate some quick cash, but the medical risk is high. On the black market, qualifications and hygiene aren't priorities. Brokers will tell vendors that the procedure is perfectly safe, and sometimes doctors will even convince uneducated vendors that their kidney will grow back. Infection, chronic pain, and a damaged remaining kidney are all too common. These complications, along with an inability to work afterwards, will often send a vendor further into debt and poverty. So what's the answer? It's a difficult one because organ trafficking is similar but fundamentally different to drugs or human trafficking. It hurts and exploits a lot of vulnerable people, yet the more effective we are at preventing it, the more people die. One option is to legalise organ sales, allow people to sell their organs directly to hospitals and patients. This would remove most of the middlemen and ensure healthy, clean operations. This is what Iran have done since 1988. It effectively eliminated their black market, and the number of people on their waiting list for a kidney today is zero.
Hey, stop using your phones unprotected. There's even a warning in your phone settings about keeping it away from your body.
But the Iranian model is unique to Iran and their laws. They still face issues of corruption and coercion, as well as a problem with kidney tourism. There's no reason it can't work in other countries, but it will depend on the country's healthcare system and the industry's regulation.
Now, y'all breathe a little bit, man. Y'all breathe. Whew. Whew. This deep, bro. God damn, yo.
Now,
Everybody caught it. Everybody caught it around the same time. What's going on?
Settle down. Settle down. Come on. Calm down. Calm down. Relax. Relax. You're getting a little out of order here. Settle down. Settle down.
God damn, yo.
see, I'm glad, they broke down the prices of these organs, right? Because even a nutting ass nigga, you don't even realize that you're a millionaire and you don't even know it. But see, the thing is, when you don't know it and you just a dumb nigga, you're more valuable dead than alive.
Boom. When you're not using your knowledge, gold, bro.
And so, like with all this shit, with all these experts and all these analysis and all these fucking politicians and shit like that, they know the value of these little young niggas' organs that's dying in all these cities. And the thing is, now, I mean, we ain't done with this, but I want to tap into the other article, right? Now, most of these cities, especially major cities in the major states, they have something called victim assistance, to where you can get money to get buried. Now, I don't know why most of these motherfuckers, well, I know why, because they want to get money, and that's another avenue to get money, is to put out a sad story and use a GoFundMe to get money. But most homicide victims, the state and your county will give you a funeral fund. Now, when they give you that funeral fund, most of it is probably 7,500 max, or tops, or the average, or whatever. So then, once that's done, do you think a nigga that's struggling to bury their loved one gives a fuck about where their organs is going?
Nope.
Giving you $7,500 to bury your loved one is a drop in the bucket from what I'm gonna get from these motherfucking organs.
Right, that's one kidney. One kidney pay that.
You know what I'm saying?
That's cold, man.
And what family member looks up in the body and sees what's in there and what's missing? When's the last time one of you niggas went to a funeral and be like, let me see what's in this body?
Right, you be so caught up in your emotions of the death.
And especially if they didn't gave you a check to pay for the motherfucking funeral.
That's real. The only time I look up in a so-called dead body, you know what I'm saying? If I'm fucking with this, a cute bitch, and it just ain't feeling right. She not doing her part. She's just laying there, just being stationary. You know what I mean? I'm like, bitch, where's my motivation? I might look up in the motherfucker, but then I'm gonna sip on my little cognac, and I'm gonna turn around and I'm gonna leave. You know what I'm saying? That's all I have to say about that.
Damn, about yo.
But real nigga shit, though. Nobody care. Nobody care about these kids. And I guess, it is more profitable to take shit from people after they gone, and you ain't gonna tell nobody. And hell no, people gonna keep looking at their relatives.
But you got to think about it, man. Most of these homicides are young people. So if you think about the movie Get Out, right? The only people that can afford these
these motherfucking organs are people with money, rich people. And look at who the target is. It's these young people that's dying. So the kidneys are not diabetic. You know what I'm saying? They ain't got to the diabetic stage yet. The liver ain't all the way fucked up with alcohol. You know, and all the other organs. These are young organs, man, under 20 years old.
Now, what's fucked up about that? And I mean, that's 100. But the sad thing about that, homie, where are they really getting the ideas just to be taking human life like that? And you can go to Hollywood, and you could also go to all these weird little niggas in music that's telling them just, you know, just shoot up shit, just kill everybody. Don't give a
What
fuck
you
about
mean?
nothing.
Where they getting the ideas from? If you got a group of people that's taking care of themselves, killing each other, what do you mean? What do you mean you gotta where you getting the idea from? I'm getting the idea from these niggas that's coming in the morgue.
Yeah.
And that's why we don't really want to police them. We want them to be in the street. So we'll create a program that say we out here pretending that we protecting kids, but our program says if it's 10 or more, all we can do is just say, hey, can you guys go home? And they can say, fuck out of here. And then we just got to get the fuck out of here. Or
And
cash out check and just go
yeah,
on. We don't live in this community to begin with. So this is why this shit is like they the guinea pigs, and we hover over with our education. That's right, education, and we just sit here and fuck shit up.
and not only that, but check this out. How many of these young niggas that's getting shot out here got health insurance?
Bingo.
Their
GoFundMe.
mamas probably don't got health insurance. So when they come to the operating table, you know the doctor is gonna look at that shit. You know the hospital gonna look at that shit when you check them in. So you're not gonna get the best of service at the hospital.
It's a fact.
Why the fuck would they put an expensive goddamn operation on a nigga that we ain't never gonna see this money back? And you know this nigga ain't worth a shit, but he's better off dead.
They don't give a damn. Really what it is, it's eugenics, man. You know, depopulation of the Negro community.
But see, the thing is, what I'm saying is, if these white folks are so racist, why should they give a shit?
Yeah, yeah. Well, that's been the problem. What we always shout. We always shout that these white folks hate us. They keeping us down. But then we come with our hand out. Y'all supposed to love us, care about us, and do everything for us, and all this other bullshit. Like, which is it? Are they keeping us down? You know what I mean? Are they stopping us? Are they killing us? Or do we want them to fix everything for us in our community? Like, which is it? Make up your damn mind, niggas.
Yeah, I don't see no niggas standing out at that hospital talking about, I don't want that white man to operate on my baby.
Right.
For
you know,
real.
going to the schools. I don't want them white folks to teach my kid. Well, why you got the fucking kid at the school, bitch?
Yeah, man.
Right. I don't want to go to that white folk college, that white man college, and get that white man degree.
To contend with as well. Legalizing organs is not like legalizing drugs. The public is the product, not the customer. You would be incentivizing people to cause bodily harm to themselves. This means the most vulnerable in our society would still be at risk. Someone will always be willing to sell their kidney a little cheaper than the last person. People in desperate need will still sell their organs for less than they're worth. The exploitation is now just state-sponsored. To put it bluntly, the government would be harvesting organs from the poor.
What?
Should organ sales be legal? I personally err on the side of no. But there's no reason that under the right legal system, in the right country, with the right healthcare, that it couldn't save a lot of lives. Yet at the end of the day, you're still taking health from somebody and giving it to another in exchange for money. There is no morally convenient solution. And no matter which system, the flow of organs is only ever in one direction, from poor to rich. The only way to truly solve the organ problem is to meet demand. We have to massively increase the legal supply of organs. And in most countries, for now, that means many more people becoming donors. Becoming a living donor to a stranger is an unbelievably kind act, and it will always be rare. but nearly everybody could become a deceased donor. These are the current donor rates for the EU and US. There's a lot of room for improvement. Countries changing to an opt-out donor system will help, but not all that much, because no matter the system, no matter the donor's wishes, the decision, right or wrongly, nearly always comes down to the next of kin. To learn about your country's donation system and how to become a donor, visit humaninterest.co.uk/organs. But most importantly, tell your family and friends that in the event of your death, you want to donate your organs. In a time of immense grief, it could save them having to make a very difficult decision, and the lives of 8 people.
Damn, that was very, very interesting right there, man. That was very, very interesting on top of being very, very, very suspicious.
You don't find that suspicious? You don't find that suspicious?
Man.
Yeah, brother. So when you see all that bullshit going on, man, in these communities, man, and these people like trying to figure it out, they still trying to figure it out. Nigga, they know what's going on.
They know what's going on, man. If they figure it out, them checks gonna dry up faster than them coochies if you let them hear this video.
And all these motherfuckers sitting up here talking about the black community and all these communities and all this type of shit when they talk about the youth. And if they ain't trying to address this motherfucking family court system, they full of shit.
That's a fact. That's a fact. Yeah, I know you had some other stuff, but bro, I gotta cut it short.
I already know, nigga. That's why I was trying to get through the rigmarole, man, and get to some education, man.
No doubt, no doubt, no doubt. Man, we're gonna go and close this one up, guys. It's been real. Thank y'all for y'all support as always. Thank y'all for giving me a little bit of y'all time tonight. Y'all time is money. Y'all spent that with me. Anything else y'all want to say, guys? My guys on the panel, y'all want to say anything before we get on out of here? King Grove, you got anything you want to add before the bell close the show and we get the hell on out of here, man? I'll see y'all tomorrow. I'll be back tomorrow.
Yeah, for sure. Just, subscribe, like, and donate to the motherfucking Goodbread Show and to the Righteous Fear in general. And thanks to, the bell coming through, dropping the knowledge on, the deeper motherfucking mission of people who is so-called in charge and what they doing to us, you know what I mean? Church.
Absolutely, bro. Yeah, man. I mean, shit, man. I just want to, get people thinking, man, because it's always some kind of motherfucking agenda, man. And don't ever think that something is not happening for a reason. It's always a reason for everything, because a lot of shit has already been thought of and mapped out. We just living through it. We just got to figure it out and be aware of what's going on around you. Because, hey, man, a lot of people are underestimating your intelligence and they gonna try you. And when, you know what I'm saying? You just got to be ready, man, to check a motherfucker at any goddamn time, man. When they insult your intelligence, you got to be ready to check them. That goes for these politicians, for these niggas, for bitches, everybody, man. You know what I'm saying? The whole motherfucker's accountable, regardless who the fuck they are.
That's a fact, man. That's a whole fact, man. All right, y'all. We out of here, man. Enjoy the rest of y'all night. Enjoy the rest of y'all weekend, right? Y'all got a 3-day weekend this weekend, man. Enjoy it, man. Enjoy it, guys. I mean, still don't be lazy. Still get some work done, bro. You know what I mean? You could gain a lot in that little day off. You can gain up, you know what I mean? Make up for some lost ground in that day off. But enjoy it, man.
Without a doubt, man. Peace out, y'all.